Everybody. Good evening.
What's up,
Yo.
everybody?
How's it going?
Hey, it's the crew. We are back after mini camps this week. We were supposed to have a guest. I guess when he comes in, we'll add him in. Not sure where he is. DeMarco is trying to figure that out right now. But Derek Larger, I believe is his name, from Bring the Juice, is supposed to be on tonight. So once he comes on, we'll go ahead and bring him in here.
May need to backtrack a little bit if that's the case. We'll see.
Yeah, we may need to backtrack a little bit. So the plan for tonight was we were going to let Derek go ahead and give his thoughts on the draft, and then we were going to go ahead and hit up our topic, which is kind of crazy to explain. We are going to pick the best team for every 32 teams that did not make the Super Bowl. Something outlandish. I think Zach was the one that came up with it. I think. Just a free weekend type thing, so we figured we'll do something crazy. So this should be interesting.
Training camp.
I can tell you right now, when I looked into the best teams for Detroit, oh, good Lord, it went back to the 80s. I think it was 1990. It was 1995, I believe.
92 was the last time they were in the playoffs.
I think it was sometime in the 90s, I think, was the last time.
He won't be able to make it tonight, guys.
All right, so we have no Derek Larger tonight.
Check the chat. But, yeah, so.
Next time, then.
Yeah, next time. Keep it there. So, yeah, I got a few interesting ones on here. I got a good list. I don't know how we're all going to break it down to create the list there. But we'll see how it goes. Or however you guys want to set this one up.
Yeah, I definitely picked about 5 teams. So,
hey, hold on, we're gonna take a nice little thing. Hey, tell me, Stokely, you carry the same as me?
No story for another day.
That's my daily, baby. That thing goes everywhere with me. Oh man, good times.
shout
Sorry,
out
go ahead,
Chad
Chad.
in the comments. Yeah, Indy absolutely won the draft, man. It's actually pretty cool seeing from like national media and everything. We're one of a handful of teams that, like, a very small group that have gotten like really high grades across the board. I think Ballard really made his money after the first round. Actually, I mean, Richardson was the obvious pick, but beyond that, yeah, he made his money in those later picks, getting potential starters with mid to late round picks. It was super impressive.
The only pick that he made that I don't like is that Scott kid from Cal. Just because, like, we already have so many safeties.
I was just about to.
Why in the world are you drafting another one? Like,
yeah.
That could have been a linebacker.
I wanted to expand on that once you're done.
That could have been a linebacker. That could have been an offensive lineman. That could have been something else. I just questioned, why do we continue to draft safeties when we have arguably 3 really, really solid ones, or 2 really solid ones, and a third one that everyone's high on, and Nick Cross being potentially that dude. So the only pick that Ballard has that I am suspect about.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, I was listening to Daniel Scott's I don't know if it was an interview or a presser. Hi, Matt's mom. But
hi, Mom.
Hi, Matt's mom.
What it was is he's played a lot of snaps and downs, and he's a little bit older, and with his experience comes the ability to play special teams. So you guys know how Ballard loves to get his depth, to get a special teams guy. This is primarily what Daniel Scott will be in there, a little bit more of a maturity level with his age to be able to play that, to play for us immediately on special teams. And then if he could eventually work his way up to try and compete for some of that safety position. But this was really a depth piece there that Ballard felt like we did that. He didn't want to lose too much on special teams, so that's what that was.
So you take him in the 5th round? Is he a 5th round pick?
Yeah.
No, I want to say he was 6th. Or no. Might have been the 2nd to last 5th round pick.
Yeah, you take him in the 5th round?
Yeah, I mean, at that point,
that round still has value. I mean,
it is value though.
Well, that is value playing special teams though.
There's that, and then there's also the fact that Gus Bradley regularly swaps out his safeties. I mean, we have 2 guys that we like, but neither one are really proven. I mean, you could say Blackman's proven to a degree, but he also has issues staying healthy. Thomas had a great rookie year that we weren't expecting, but he's not
Sure.
proven yet, right? Same thing with Cross. So, like, you add this guy in the rotation, it's more competition, it's more depth, and Gus regularly swaps out his safeties anyway. I think that's one of the higher percentage of shared snaps in a position group that we have. So I don't dislike it at all, especially for the 5th round. You get a guy that's got a lot of playing time, a lot of experience to swap in with those guys. I think it makes it a tighter group.
Yeah, I've definitely.
I didn't know about that.
I definitely
Go
come
ahead.
along to a lot of Ballard's picks because at first I remember us being pretty critical about the Evan Hole pick, which I think now kind of seeing what his ability and what he did in college is something that'll be really big for us, and I think he could easily come in and compete for that RB2. Yeah,
Hold
go
on,
ahead.
DeMarco. Let's be fair. Let's be real here. All right.
Uh-huh.
When we broke that down, we were 100% wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Just got to be honest about it. Yeah,
Let's be honest on the show. We were wrong.
But we were
I
given
said-
false info.
Yeah.
I sent it over to Damon because I was just like, damn, dude. I was like, when we were talking about it, the way they were telling the stats versus what they actually were completely off. So that was definitely something that we needed to be correct about. He actually had 88 catches over his last 2 years. One of the most protected-
14.
500 over 500 yards receiving in last season.
Yeah, so he was a very productive pass catching back, which we were not really nice about on letting him hear a little bit of our opinion. So definitely apologize to the guy, Evan, if he ever watches us or anything like that. But that was
We've been
just one of
fans since day one, Evan.
yeah, as soon as you got drafted. But,
In Ballard, we trust, right? That's the saying.
Yeah. And then same thing with Will Mallory. After looking up what he can do, seeing him on tape, seeing his blocking ability, his receiving ability. I hate comparisons just because it brings expectations, but the guy reminds me of George Kittle, and it's hard not to say it when I watch him on film. So, again, Ballard surprising me with some picks. I definitely think it's one of those things that can really be helpful for us, and so hopefully these guys pan out.
Did you see the wheels on Will Mallory?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I did not realize
4.6.
that dude was – I watched his 40, and I was like, that
Bro,
dude's
he went to
top end speed is-
Miami.
That dude's speed is ridiculous.
That's something in
4.6.
common too. That's
Hey.
something in common with like every one of our guys that we got is they're just freak athletes. Like I don't know if that was the
They also
overarching
said-
theme in this draft class, but it's
don't-
shown with every pick, man.
I mean,
not
you gotta
even-
be stupid skilled to have a skill position at Miami. Like the reputation
And start.
at Miami is speed. So like even at the tight end position, you know, that's
Well,
the
I mean-
great tight ends that Miami's had. Like I didn't know Will Mallory was as good as blocker as he was. I'm not
Yeah,
necessarily a
PFF
fan.
bumped down too.
I'm not necessarily a fan of the Kittle trade or comparison, but
Right.
I do think he's a guy who, if the Colts hit, he is going to be nice. But I also expect little. The only 3 picks I want anything from are Tommy Alawale because I think he's going to be stupid good. Rush because I think he's going to be stupid good, and then Josh Downs, and those are the 3 guys rookies who I believe will have immediate impacts.
Sure.
Yeah, I definitely. I don't want to say just athletes just because of speed, because we do got a guy in Juju Brents, who was one of our slower players, but also had I want to say a 9.9 on his RAS score. So
Right.
don't
Yeah,
wanna
just overall
equate
athleticism,
athlete-
man.
Yeah, I don't want to just equate athlete to speed. So let's just remember that's one of those things, but not all of them. Definitely all athletes though.
To answer my mom's question, yes, I'm pretty sure we were all happy with at least
Stoked.
the first 3 picks. We were definitely ecstatic about.
I think we were all happy with all of them except the 2, the running back and the tight end.
And
Yeah.
even then, it was kind of just like a question mark. It wasn't like
yeah.
to hell
Yeah, it
with
wasn't
this
like
guy.
what the hell was
Yeah.
Ballard doing? You know, it was more like what.
It's just like confusion a little bit.
To answer Chad's question, does anyone think Shane had a bigger role in the picks made
For
to
sure.
fit his scheme? Yeah,
Absolutely.
For
definitely.
sure.
I think the draft. I think from what Chris has said and what Shane has said is that Shane has always wanted AR. From the moment he started looking at
2
tape,
weeks. 2 weeks in.
yeah, 2 weeks in, Shane wanted AR. He talked Chris into it. And then I really believe that the rest of the picks offensively were to fit the scheme that's going to be with AR.
Yeah.
My favorite pick probably won't even play this year, and that's the Blake Freeland pick. I think he could be a sneaky good offensive lineman, possibly start this year.
Yeah,
even though
he
he's
definitely has a
projected-
chance to compete for a spot.
I
especially in
think
the
he will
O-line.
be playing. I think
Even though he's
I believe
projected to be a
so, too.
swing tackle, I think he could fit at right guard. I mean, it'd be just fine because he's an athletic freak.
Even
I
shifting
even
Braden Smith
Raymond.
over to right guard could be an option too.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, he played a little bit of right guard this past season. I'm not saying it's my first choice, but it's something we could see if Blake really steps up into that right tackle role.
I think Raymond needs to be moved somewhere interior. I think he's strong enough for it, and I think that he was just getting. I don't know if it was a footwork issue or just reps in general, but you saw flashes that you wanted to see at left tackle. But I think Raymond will be good somewhere a little bit more interior than on the left tackle or any other end.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with Raymond staying at left tackle.
Yeah, that takes time to get good at.
I think if there's any shifts or changes, I think it could likely be Braden Smith going in the inside at guard and putting Blake Freeland at right tackle there. That would be my guess.
It's
I think
it's a
that's
compelling group.
possibility.
And just coming back to Chad's question for a moment, I think even those moves are all going to come down to like how Shane wants to run things. But yeah, 100%. A lot of these picks were made. Just going back to how we're talking about like the overarching theme of this draft class is insane athleticism. That's something that we've seen Shane work with and really like exploit in his offenses. So I think that's really what he's working towards here.
I mean, I'm certainly not mad about it. I truly enjoyed the draft.
Let's enjoy this guy real quick. Look at that big old cheese and smile, bro.
Yeah, what a breath.
Dude's just happy to be here.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, man.
Dude, that guy can do no wrong to me right now.
No, for real.
I'm so
He's a good kid, man.
worn out. Yeah, he is, man. You could just tell that the culture of the team is completely different. I know it sounds crazy to say, but you could just tell that the whole organization seems top to bottom a lot more happy and prepared.
Yeah. Especially like listening to all the vets that we've had, like Q and all these guys come in, and they're all like cheesing now and all like excited. Like not that they haven't been, but like you definitely saw this last year take a toll on a lot of our guys that have been here for a while. So to see them kind of be amped up again is really cool.
I think the best part is he didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
I guess he
Can I
said
just stay?
rookies couldn't be on the property for a week, and he was like, I love it here. I don't want to go. So,
Yeah, I don't understand that. If the guy doesn't want to leave, I don't understand why he has to leave.
I think
Yeah.
it's the NFLPA
NFL policy, yeah.
rules.
It just makes zero sense. It should be optional, in my opinion. Like a guy like AR, who's going to be a starting quarterback. How come you're not going to let him be on the property
Yeah.
or in the facility when
Still-
he's trying to take over the reins and be the face of
Yeah.
the franchise? Like that's the first thing you want to do is be there all the time.
Yeah, that's
Still putting
another
that
thing.
work in though. Hearing about him throwing the ball with Josh Downs in the hotel parking lot, it's pretty cool, man.
I'm sorry, but their chemistry is it's gonna be something we haven't seen, and I want to
Luck
say
and
like,
Ty.
yeah,
I
That
see
chem-
it. Yeah,
that
I think
chemistry
so.
is gonna be real.
I look forward to it. I'm just trying to keep my expectations low and tempered
Likewise.
because, like, AR, I like the guy a lot, and I don't want to just be like he's the second coming of Luck because that's unfair to AR.
Oh, that's not what anyone's saying. Though.
That's right, and that's unfair to Indianapolis
Yeah.
and the Colts. So
What I want to say is, for one, someone shut up your dog. Two,
It's impossible. I've been trying. She doesn't care.
put that thing outside, man. I'm just kidding. My dogs are in bed, so they know what time it is.
Must be nice.
Oh yeah, my dogs are chill, bro. They only bark when they're outside. That's when they're playing with the neighbors' dogs.
Let's see what she's.
I hear your wife yelling at it. She knows better.
Yeah, I was.
But what I
I was
wanted
gonna
to say
say-
was,
Oh, go ahead.
the NFL is trying to set up AR for failure. We've all talked about it in the back, in the group. I mean, it's crazy how they're like hyping up AR more than any other quarterback.
Are
And
the
then if
Colts
he-
contenders? Blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah.
and then they have like this everyone wants to see like us become contenders day one because we drafted a quarterback, and that's not happened, man. I saw someone on Instagram was commenting about it and was like, "Oh, they're just gonna have another losing record, be another top 5 QB," and I'm like, "Listen, 4-13 with a rookie quarterback, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that because it takes time to develop. It's not you're not going to go 13-4 with a rookie quarterback.
Not likely.
Not likely.
Unless you're the 49ers.
I mean, we can literally go 4-13 and he can still win Rookie of the Year. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, he only has to be the best rookie. He doesn't necessarily have to be the best quarterback in the NFL. Yeah. He can have a good season and we go 4-13 and he still wins Rookie of the Year. Like, it's just the way it is. Like, people want to make it out to be like he's going to have a Lamar MVP season. Lamar didn't have an MVP season his rookie season, so
it's going to take a while.
Patrick Mahomes.
I think
Patrick Mahomes
play until like week
6,
15 or something like that.
Yeah. And then Patrick Mahomes didn't play till week 17.
His last week,
17?
the last week of the season, Patrick Mahomes played versus Denver, and Denver knew it was a problem. Denver's like, "What is this?"
Give the man time to develop.
Yeah, I really think for the first time in a long time, we're going to have to ask Colts fans to practice some patience, which we've been relatively spoiled as a franchise just over the decades, but practice some patience with these guys, give them a chance to actually develop, you know?
I mean, listen, even Andrew Luck needed time to develop.
Yeah.
His rookie numbers were good, but they weren't like MVP caliber numbers. Yeah. They weren't like elite. They weren't great. We went 11-5 because we were great. We had great coaching.
The media wants Richardson to be great because they were getting what Andrew Luck did his rookie year, shows up to rookie minicamp, checks into a play that nobody else knows. Yeah. They want Richardson to do that. And, Steichen, being who Steichen is, says we're not doing that. Like, we're still figuring out what type of learner Richardson is and the best way to attack this playbook. We're teaching him combinations to match the footwork. So I appreciate the business aspect and how blunt he is with the media. It's much needed.
Tell me the last time a rookie quarterback came out and played elite.
Sam Bradford.
Brock Purdy.
He said Sam.
I mean, well, even Brock's
a good
level that Jimmy G set.
Brock's no.
I don't think he was Brock Purdy. As good as Brock Purdy was, it wasn't elite.
No, it wasn't elite.
Yeah, he wasn't the main reason they won, but he came in and filled the role well.
To me, it was above Jimmy G though.
Now you can say RG3.
Well, on par with that, above, below, but like
I'm not saying it was elite. It was good. RG3, yeah, sure.
Because RG3 rookie year, he came out white hot,
and that's great. I'd rather have a bad rookie year and have my guy healthy the rest of his career.
I said the Colts messed up. I literally said to myself, "Man, the Colts made the wrong pick. RG3 is going to be insane." And then year 2, he was
ACL, I think.
He was like, "My knee," and we never saw him again.
Being forced to play by a franchise,
which is why I still to this day argue that he should have never won Rookie of the Year. Andrew Luck should have it because he played very well his rookie season, led a team that went 2-14 to the playoffs with a garbage defense.
No run game, no run
game, garbage O-line.
Now I will say this: if Vic Ballard never got hurt, I do think Vic Ballard would have been our star running back for years.
I remember. I never forget that overtime game against the Titans.
I don't know, man. If Trent Richardson could read holes, I think we'd be better off with,
hold on. Richardson saw the holes. He read it. He just didn't want to go to it.
No, he couldn't read the holes.
Dude.
He just like contact.
There's this one pick that I would never forget.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
The Raiders. It's like the pile is right here. The hole is right here. He runs directly into the pile.
Bailey,
he's a football guy, right? He likes some contact.
Bailey Gardner Minshew's not going anywhere.
That's the Matt Ryan lover. Don't even
wait.
Is that Bailey Styles? Yeah, that's the Matt Ryan. It's Bailey something every time they change their name or whatever. But what I did want to say is, Zach, I did want to say about tempering expectations. I think this would be the most excited you should be about a losing season.
Oh,
Like,
I
just
my
think
expectations are 5 wins, bro. We're 5 wins. I don't care about wins and losses on Sunday. I literally want to see AR's development. And as long as I can say after the first year, hey, man, he's developed and got a lot better from game whatever one he started to wherever he finished, I'm happy. Wins and losses don't mean diddly poo to me this year. Now, next year, we better win some games. But this year, I have no expectations, wins and loss-wise. It's all about AR and how he sees the game and how he processes things.
I just want to see an offense that looks good. That's all I really want to see. Like,
Give me
after
a
watching,
reason to watch.
after what we seen and went through last year, literally just give me an offense that doesn't literally make me want to cry every time they come on the field. Like, it was just that bad to where it was like, all right,
I think it'll be pretty easy.
Defense got to stop. Defense got to stop. And then, the offense is trotting out and you're just like,
yeah. I think it'll be pretty easy.
How fast are we going 3 and out is the question. Yeah. And so that's the difference for me there. And I think, honestly, even with if AR is able to give us the capability that he's shown in college and just with a little bit of Steichen's system, we averaged 13 points per game on offense. Like, it should literally be leaps and bounds. Like, I honestly would say, like, I don't want to say I would push my expectations, but I would not be surprised if we were either in that 5 to 7 range or if we were a playoff team. I would not be surprised from either side of that spectrum.
I just want to average 24 points a game. I feel like if we can average 24 points a game.
Whoa.
24
no.
You pushing it, bro.
18,
24 is a lot. If we can average
13.
19 points per game, good.
It'll be worth watching
13 points last year. So I truly believe you can add another touchdown and a field goal to that 100%.
Yeah, but that's the difference between Baltimore without Lamar Jackson and with him. They're 10 points different.
True.
Oh, that could be us.
So saying 24 points, I think that's a bit high. I just say for 19, shoot for 19, and I think that could easily have us in that 7 to 8 win column.
Fair enough.
Especially if our defense performs the way they did first half of last season.
Fair enough.
As long as the offense moves the ball, that's all I give a shit about.
Exactly. Give us a 60% passing and be able to rush for some first downs with Jonathan Taylor and AR. And we should be moving the chains.
Oh, Colby, what up, bro? Your Jags are going to go back to the bottom of the division. Just saying.
He's a Jaguar fan?
Yeah, that's my boy, though. We're Army buds. He came on the show back in like 2020.
What's up, Mom? How are you, Mom? What's up, Mom? With the comment. All right. Mm-hmm. The way the Colts mentality handled the media pressure on AR performance could lead to more W's this season. Absolutely, Mom. I think the way Steichen handles the press and how AR deals with the press could absolutely, lead to more wins. His team mentality, and then Steichen being about his business. 100%.
Yeah, I think Ballard does such a good job at deflections. That was one of the points I wanted to make about the With the Next Pick video is when they were basically talking about it. Anthony Richardson's our guy, but you guys don't say shit. You don't tell nothing to nobody. He looks over, he says, my wife doesn't know shit. Like, straight up tells everybody.
He said, matter of fact, turn the camera off. He hit that one on him.
Turn that camera off. Like, he let everybody know, like, we do not talk. And this is why I keep trying to tell people who are in the media or who watch ESPN and you get the dumb Twitter people or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, oh, you guys like this guy. And I'm like, bro, you do not know Chris Ballard at all if you think you know what he's doing at all.
I'll tell you what, though. After, not to like backtrack a whole bunch, after watching that video a couple weeks back, whenever they're like, he doesn't look happy at all, he looks like whatever, 100% was Will Levis they were talking about at the Combine. I think it was him. I think it was. Whenever they're watching him, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When they were like, that guy just doesn't seem like he seems like he's like already out there, or like he's unmotivated. I think it was what Levis they were talking about.
That's what I said, and y'all wanted to argue with me.
You're right. You're right, though. I think it was 100% him. Going back now and thinking about it.
Hey, your boy Kobe isn't too bad here, Matt. Look, he's a realistic Jags fan because this is what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, he's more of a Jags hater than I am.
Bro, Jacksonville.
I think they're still. I think you guys still come in first, personally.
Yeah, you're winning that division.
I just think the tough part is you guys lost some pieces on that offensive line with the suspension to your tackle there.
And you're getting that pass rush.
Yeah, I don't think you guys. No, I think they did get a pass rusher. No, they got added like a couple linebackers. They added a linebacker that was a pass rusher, so I think they did. And you guys added one of my guys out of Florida, Ventrell Miller. So I think you guys will still be okay, but I'm kind of worried about that O-line protecting Trevor Lawrence.
From what history shows, it looks like we've got about another 12 years before they win the division on average. So I'm not worried about it. They haven't had a back-to-back winning season since like 2005. So they still have to prove it.
Right here, Jordan was saying, thank you to me. That's why I was so irritated when everyone was saying Levis. So me, Matt, and Zach actually had this conversation. And if you guys go back and watch the video, you guys can see I was getting a little frustrated because of the conversation that we were having when we were talking about which quarterback were the Colts talking about when we're throwing to score and running to win. And Matt and Zach were thinking that the Colts were absolutely on Will Levis and thinking that's
I was. I don't think Matt was. I know Matt 100% was.
Matt was not.
I was with Zach on it.
Well, I just listened to it recently, and you said that you think that they were talking about Will Levis.
Oh, I 100% thought they would.
Maybe you weren't 100%, but Zach was 100%.
I definitely was never 100% on Will Levis.
Okay, yeah, never 100%.
Zachary was.
I was saying that that's exactly who I thought they sounded like when they were talking about Anthony Richardson. And then the fact that everything would come out about, like, the Colts like Levis and this, and that. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, okay, even if you do like a guy this much, why would everybody know? And so that was just one of the things where I was like, yeah, no, I just don't think it's Levis because
here's my thing though. But Houston loves CJ Stroud. Everybody knew that. Like everybody knew that Houston was all about CJ Stroud. So it could come out. Am I thankful that the Colts got the guy they wanted in AR? Absolutely. Do I think we could be just as successful with Levis at quarterback? I don't know. I mean, that's hard to tell. But I'm not knowing, like, I guess we'll find out when Levis actually plays, if he was truly trash or whatnot. Because, I mean, in my opinion, out of the 4 rookie quarterbacks there were, his situation is the worst situation to be in. No receivers and a terrible offensive line and old running back compared to all the other situations he was in.
Yeah, I wasn't. I just never really saw the attention that Levis was getting to be a Colt. I just didn't really believe in it because just to me, it's like Ballard doesn't leak anything. It's just as we saw.
I don't think
with the next pick. And so I just thought there was no way that was really going to be realistic, especially if all the people ESPN was sitting there talking about it. And then to your point about the Texans with Stroud. So they actually did the opposite of what the Colts do. Colts don't say anything, and people will think they know or what they hear. And the Texans actually used Levis as a smokescreen.
As a
smokescreen to get CJ Stroud and had people thinking like, hey, this is who we might get. And I think it was between them and the Cardinals who maybe – that's what I said before. I had mentioned that they were trying to get the Colts to trade up.
After the draft, during the draft, I think the Texans were the one that leaked, CJ's terrible score just to kind of push teams away. Because I've read where
the teams who originally used that S2.
That reverse psychology crap that I've read that, teams do. Hey, we really like a guy. We don't want other teams to be on his train. So let's attack his character or let's do something to make him slide down draft boards. So, he's available and falls into our lap, or we can trade up and go get him. Like, or in this case, they didn't have to with CJ being available. But I don't know. I also feel like Will Levis and the Colts, a lot of that was Frank Reich. If Frank Reich was here, I truly believe Frank Reich absolutely loved Will Levis just because that seems like Frank Reich's, quarterback.
Damon, did you want to chime in here?
On Chad's question or more or less the topic?
The topic. The Anthony Richardson to the Colts or Levis to the Colts, the rumors or anything about that?
Well, I'll date it back to Josh McCown whispering in C.J. Stroud's ear at his pro day, "We need to find you a house in Carolina." You know what I mean? I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah.
But from what I heard, someone was explaining to me is that teams kind of say it's all the quarterbacks. You know, kind of just get their hopes up, morale up, make them look a little bit better. But I personally thought it was Levis for us. I fully thought whenever our pick came in, I looked at my fiance and was like, oh, well, Levis is gonna be our quarterback. And when they panned it to Anthony Richardson, I saw him grin. I was like, oh, here we go. He already knew. I think Richardson knew all along. I think they told him to probably. They're bringing it on. But to Chad's question, were you shocked Levis fell to the second round? Truthfully, I was. Truthfully, I was. Just because it sounded like other teams were interested in moving up. Like maybe Raiders were looking at QB. I thought there's a couple of teams that may have went up there and maybe even reached and got him, but following him to the second was a little weird to me.
I do have a comment on that. There is a theory that's floating around that a lot of it was because Will Levis didn't have some kind of like background. Yeah, some kind of like background that would make people be drawn to him. Like,
what do you mean?
Pretty much meaning that he has a boring history. Like, there's nothing exciting about him as a person.
He grew up in a stable family home and didn't have to go through adversity and everything.
Oh no!
Yeah. Well, I heard it was his personality that people.
Yeah, I heard his personality.
I'm talking about the theory. I'm not talking about everything else. I'm talking about the theory. So then, what they were saying was that the media built him up so much, so that everyone can watch his downfall.
Question to that. Do you think Mel Kiper is the one that built Will Levis up more than anybody on ESPN?
He does it to somebody every year.
Because the only
he makes his living.
The only person who ever said anything positive about Will Levis was Mel Kiper. And
I won't say he was the only one.
No, he wasn't only, but he was definitely tooting the horn on.
Right. He was the loudest horn blower. And the only one on ESPN who I credit for quarterback and actually agree with 85% of the time, except for his take on Carson Wentz, is Orlovsky. Because, like, I really typically agree with what he has to say. So, in that aspect, the only one on ESPN I felt like who was actually giving Will Levis stupid mad hype was Kiper. And I kind of feel like that's maybe part of the reason why he got overblown.
So, a couple things here. It's just – oh, go ahead. You said more? No,
you're good. Go ahead.
I was about to say, because Zach, you keep throwing me under the bus on this Will Levis one, because Chad putting this out here, man. I remember specifically, I think it was just a show where it was me, Matt, and Zach, and we were talking about Will Levis, and me and Zach were grading Will Levis, and me and Zach had Will Levis graded as a second-round pick.
I had him a second, third-round pick. Yeah,
a second or third-round pick for his perfect spot. That's what I meant by you throwing me under the bus. But so I don't know why you were shocked. I was not shocked because this is where I had him graded to. This is where I felt he would have been perfect to be drafted. Wish the kid the best because I know it was a rough situation where you're supposed to get drafted. You got all the cameras in your face and it just looks like crap.
I know $40 million is a lot different than $10 million.
Exactly.
So that's got to suck. I'll never see that money in my life. So, hey, that's a cool $10 million, bro.
Exactly. So I personally was not shocked that he fell there because this is what I actually thought he was graded as. When anybody asked me or anybody talked about Will Levis or described Will Levis, nobody ever gave you anything outside of a big arm and he's tough. And so I just thought there was more there that should be developed as for him to be a good quarterback. And then there was questions about his ability up here and in between the lines and being able to play to a certain ability. So I was definitely not surprised. And then also just to add to the Mel Kiper thing, as high as Mel Kiper was on Will Levis, they actually did a mock draft with the ESPN crew, and Will Levis made it all the way to like number 19.
The second rank, yeah,
like number 19 or 20, somewhere up there high. And if you're supposed to be so high on a guy, how does he make it past you 3 times? So that was right there the icing on the cake for me to sit there and be like, there's no way in hell that you think that this could be your guy and he gets past that.
The only reason why I was surprised he went second round was because I thought a team like Minnesota, who was trying to get out from Kirk Cousins, would take him there at 24.
Even the Packers, you could have saw,
yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, they got Jordan Love, but yeah, like a team like
Packers
that.
need insurance though. The Packers need insurance though.
Yeah. So
They
him
just
going
extended
in
him.
the second round, good for Will. I mean, I think that's where he was supposed to be drafted. That's what I graded him as. And I'm a nobody from Podunk, Indiana, but
Facts.
but
the only thing he agreed with.
So be it. So be
So
it.
I was a little surprised that teams that definitely needed a quarterback like Tampa were willing to skip over him. I don't disagree with the grading. I think he probably is a second round. I think he went where he should have went as far as value.
Would
but
you take
I was
Baker
a little
Mayfield over
surprised.
Will Levis?
What was that?
Year one, but I'm not banking on Baker to be my starter for the next 4
Bro,
years, whereas you
I'm
can
taking-
gamble with Levis.
I'm taking
Oh,
Baker
Stinson
over
Bennett
Levis.
taking,
I'm taking Baker over Levis.
Yeah, for a year or two. But I'm saying
even in Tennessee, I'm taking Tannehill over Levis.
yeah, for a year or two. But I think over time, if Levis pans out, he'll take those guys' jobs, either one of them. If he
I
pans
don't.
out.
The only reason he's going to take out Tannehill is because Tannehill's 35 years old right now. That's the only reason he's going to beat out Tannehill. That's it. He's not better than Tannehill, and he's not going to improve Tennessee when he does take over. Because here's the thing. Because hold on. What's going to happen is Ryan Tannehill is going to retire, or he's going to leave because he's old. They're going to put in Will Levis. Hold on, they're going to put in Will Levis, and then Derrick Henry's going to be gone because he's old. So you got Tennessee starting over Will Levis, and it's just going to be trash.
You guys
Great. And I'm going to love every moment
any
of
of
it.
that.
I'm going to love every moment of it. It's going to be great. I can't wait.
I hate Tennessee. Tennessee and New England are the two teams I can't stand, so I hope they suck forever.
I got no hate for Tennessee. They've been our little brothers for years and years and years. This
And
entire
they need to stay that way.
Especially Vrabel. I can't stand like Vrabel.
I do got some dislike for the Texans. I would say that.
Why?
And then, the Jags have always played us tough. But,
I
I really haven't hated any of these teams.
I don't have a hate toward any team in this division because they're all trash, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I've
I've
only hated the New England Patriots, the Steelers, and the Saints.
Just the Steelers. The Steelers
Wait.
and New England. That's it.
Other than that one loss to New Orleans, you really hate the Saints that much? Like,
oh yeah, they took a fucking Super Bowl from us, bro. You know, I dislike you forever.
Yo,
my little
remember?
brother brother straight up told me he became a Saints fan just because they beat us in the Super Bowl, bro. Like, no,
I
got
Little brother said, you lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Didn't we play them the year after that or 2 years later with Curtis Painter and they blew us out 63-7?
Yep, that was that.
And then with Jacoby Brissett again, like 60-7.
60-7, I think. Yeah.
Oh God, those games were just terrible.
The Saints literally just jumped on my hate list.
We still haven't beaten the Steelers.
Yeah, we haven't beaten them
in like 15, 17 years
since like
I
2000.
thought we beat them last year.
No, we lost.
No, we lost. They came back because Frank didn't want to run the ball.
Ah, that's right. There you go. That's Jeff Saturday.
And then whenever Brian Hoyer was letting the thing go.
Oh,
and,
wasn't that Saturday?
No. We would have won that game. We would have won that game with Jacoby. Yeah, because that was against Mason Rudolph, and he did not play good either.
Yeah.
Adam Vinatieri misses a 38-yard field goal.
Yeah.
To win the game.
So so that was
oh my goodness.
I got still no love lost between me and the Saints. I ain't got no.
Fair enough. I just said, they've been booty cheeks most of my life. So
that's like this
New
division.
Orleans finally getting good,
That's
like
this
cool.
division.
It's literally why I sit here and I say I don't hate any team in this division, right? Because if you look at it, Tennessee, I think their best season was 2 years ago when they went and they were the number 1 seed in the AFC. And the only reason that happened was because Patrick Mahomes was hurt, Lamar Jackson was hurt, Joe Burrow was hurt.
Literally everybody got hurt.
Everybody was fucking hurt.
And then they blew,
and then Jacksonville,
and then they blew like a what was it, 17-point lead versus the Chiefs?
Right. Jacksonville they only win the division when everyone else in the division is trash. So, and Houston, I'll say they've had good seasons. They had a good time
Houston been the
period.
most consistent.
They've had a good. I think it was like 7 years where they were just a solid team, and I was always worried to play them.
Andre Johnson and Schwabe and Arian
Yeah,
Foster.
Arian Foster.
Matt
Yeah.
Schaub.
Oh, man.
JJ
See,
Watt, dude.
That was
Yeah.
that was precisely why I hated the Texans. That boy Arian Foster used to give us hell every
Used to give us
time
I was at
work.
that game.
this
Yeah.
man.
He would
I
get
got
I was at that
150
game. He was
easy.
I got respect for that dude. He used to give us hell. Oh my
I'll tell you
Y'all
though.
want to know what happened
Hey,
too?
From,
I remember
from
that.
2000 to 2010, this division was good though.
Oh yeah.
And
Well,
then-
I
and
don't
then-
know.
yeah.
I don't know about good, but there was always the Colts
Right.
and then one other team that would.
Well, the
Yeah.
Titans were pretty scary at one point from 2000. I think it was.
Vince Young.
I think it was. Yeah, it was like between
That
2005 and
2008 year.
2010. Yeah. Then you had Jags.
Gerard was a Pro Bowler.
Jags were always
Jags had a
pretty
couple
good.
years.
Houston was trash at that point, but they were still becoming a team. So,
Hey, that was my argument in every single one of those AFC South group chat groups. I'd be like, look, you guys sit here and want to sit here and try and argue and down Colts fans or whatever, but it's literally always the Colts and one other
And someone
team.
else.
Yeah.
You guys take turns at who wants to compete with Big Brother. And
That's
it's
literally
literally
what it is.
always us.
This is the first time in forever that we've been like the shitty team.
yeah. This was the first year that we were below second since 2011,
Yeah, exactly.
and we haven't had a consistent quarterback since 2018.
What's
So,
up, Cecil? Beware of the Jags. Yeah, now we got a little bit of respect for you guys, but we want to see if it's a real
Hey,
thing.
Pops.
That's his
What's
dad,
up,
bro.
Pops? He's a Bengals fan. Dad's a Bengals fan. He just,
okay, never mind that. He just shouted out the
talking
Jags.
junk.
These guys personally think that the Jags are gonna do something, but I'm a little iffy on the Jags. I do
I
got them
think
winning.
Trevor
Here's a
Lawrence
Jags
is
fan.
okay.
Here's a Jags fan right here.
AFC South is a dumpster
Uh,
fire.
he actually
Back.
had a
Said
lengthy,
again, we just suck a little less than
a little
everyone
bit.
else.
That's all it takes.
he actually had a lengthy message
Robinson
there. Yeah,
and
exactly.
Taylor
So he
were
said Robinson and
both
Taylor
trash.
were both trash. Harrison is solid. Wasn't happy with our draft, but it was what we needed. Defense will be better than last season, but not by much. But back to the Colts. New Richardson was going there. Colts are set up good. It'll be between the Colts and the Jags. Colts schedule will give the edge. So that's a very fair assessment from a Jaguars fan. You don't really see that too much. And plus, since I'm a
still
Gators
think-
fan,
still
so I
think
have to deal
Jags
with a
win the
lot of
division.
Jags fans and stuff like that because they're Gators and Jaguars and stuff like that from Florida. So I have to deal with that quite a bit. But I think
Are y'all
that's a
re-
very fair assessment.
Y'all ready to get into this segment?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is going to be interesting. Do you guys want to limit it, or do you
Absolute-
want to say forever, like all time, or do you
I
want to
agree.
put certain years on it?
Kevin here. This should be
Yeah,
all
all
time. I
time.
think it should be all time. Go back to as far as you want to, or you
Super
can-
Bowl era. Super Bowl era.
Yeah,
I was about to
Super
say,
Bowl era.
Mine's only going to be since I was alive because I'm not going back and watching 80s teams. But
Bro, that's the best
What?
decade of football. You're missing out.
For real.
You're
I
a
don't care.
Georgia fan and a Jags fan.
He is a Georgia fan.
80s.
He's
80s
been
and
trying to
90s ball,
convert.
That's the best era
he's-
of NFL.
He's been trying to convert me from being a non-college football fan to a Georgia fan in college.
So
Okay.
are
you're
you
gonna
a
watch
Georgia
college
like?
football-
Are you a Georgia like 2018?
No, I
fan,
watch
or
it,
you-
but he doesn't. He's trying to get me to be a Georgia fan instead of just being a fan of.
You got to
The
cheer
game.
for a
if you
team
do it
with
now, you're a
offense.
bandwagon.
Right. That's why I won't
Right.
do it. That's why
You can
I
be an
won't do it.
LSU fan.
No, fuck that.
So
Trash.
see what I say is if you jump onto a team that's good, right? You got to give at least a 2-year gap before you start. Oh, it's my team. blah, 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 before you go crazy with them. So if you jump on another team, I say just give it 2 years. And
But why cheer for a
1990,
team
you
in 2
born
years
into
when
it.
they're gonna
Right
suck?
on there, Kobe. Sorry, I got to compete with you. You know,
Hey, come on down to
Gators,
this team, man.
Gators and Dogs got that rivalry. So
I saw that shit. Trash. That thing's ugly.
You're a hater, bro.
That thing's ugly.
hey Zach, you see your dad's comment here?
No, what he
I've
said.
been alive for every Super Bowl. OG
Oh,
in the
man.
house.
OG.
For real.
Yeah,
For
hey,
real,
Cecil's
that's
an
Hey,
fact.
OG
hey,
name
hey.
too.
So what I do want to say to y'all before we get started here on this list, right? So the Baltimore Colts had a really good run of some really talented years with players. I want to say from about 73 to 77. where we were really good. We missed the playoffs, I want to say in 77. And either we missed the playoffs or we exited early. We were 11-3. We did not make the playoffs ever again after 77 being in Baltimore.
Wow, that doesn't surprise me.
So we were a very good team that was competing and then fell off a cliff.
I'll say we go ahead and start with the AFC South. So we can go ahead and start with the Colts just because we'll get this one knocked out of the way.
Yo, the 1967 Colts team that lost to the Jets, I have as the greatest Colts team of all time. Just because they
greatest
actually
of all time?
Yeah.
In 67?
Here's why. They lost to the Jets in the Super Bowl because all the other Colts teams that lost before they got to the Super Bowl. And then ultimately, I can't put the 09 team in there because that defense was trash and Manning carried them all the way to the Super Bowl.
What about 05?
What? Am I mistaken here?
When we lost to the Saints, our defense was trash, and Manning carried them to the Super Bowl, and we got beat that year. That's why I do not count that 2009 team, whatever team it was in Indy, or whatever year it was we went to the Super Bowl.
We could go earlier, and we could go. What was it? 1999.
I gotta go 05, man.
2000.
05 statistically, I thought was the best Colts team ever. Defensively.
05 is like it is the best statistic, but I'm talking like on the field overall. That Super Bowl losing team to the Jets is probably the best Colts team ever all time to not win a Super Bowl because they were loaded.
So
just real quick though, to combat this 2009 defense.
All right, dude, we can't go to 2011 or 2012. All right, man.
Why not?
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm saying because the defense wasn't trash. They were top 10 that year in points given. They were 8th, if I'm looking at this right, of total points allowed. Same thing, points per game.
I believe we were first
on the pack in a lot of things, but they're like towards the top in most defensive statistics. I don't think it's fair to say they were trash. That was a great team overall.
So yeah, I gotta say, Zach, I completely disagree with you right now. Like I remember watching that 09 team from head to toe. It's a tough one with what Damon said about the 05 team because that 05 team, I want to say that was the most disappointing team of in Colts history of all time.
Are we doing just Indy or are we doing overall?
No, this is overall.
Super Bowl era.
This is overall. But I want to say
I gotta go Baltimore.
I want to say that 05 team was the most disappointing because of the fact that they didn't even reach the Super Bowl and they were so damn good that year. But that 09 team, I feel like that 09 team was the most complete and ready team that we had in history. We were literally demolishing competition.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing with the 09 team, right?
That team was 15-1, right?
Both 14-2.
14-2. Both.
And the only reason we lost is because we bench starters.
Both the Saints and the Colts went 14-0.
The Saints went 13 and they lost their game. That's why the Colts decided to bench. Yeah.
I don't know why the Saints losing a game would have the Colts bench anybody.
Because at that point they gave up on the whole have the best record type thing or whatever. Once they lost, it was pretty much okay, who cares?
That was Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
I don't
remember who they lost to.
We ended up losing to Buffalo and the Jets.
We sat Peyton Manning and the rest of the guys for the last 2 games of the season after the Saints lost.
That's when Painter threw like 5 picks.
Because I was like, there was no way in hell. I was like, dude, we should literally be. I thought the Super Bowl was literally a walk. That 09 season, like I thought it was no competition. Like when we lost in 05, I was just hurt because of the fact that like we're so damn good. Like why shouldn't we be in the Super Bowl? So when we made it in 09, I thought the team was so damn good. Peyton Manning, all those guys. I just thought there was no way in holy hell that we could lose. Watching every game that season, watching the playoff games. Usually when Peyton Manning comes off in playoff games, he's throwing 2-3 interceptions, and we lose the first round of the playoff in the playoffs, and we go home. I thought there was no way we were losing. I thought this team was so complete. I thought Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney were insane. I thought our secondary was solid. I just thought there was no way we were losing. I don't think there was any team more complete in Colts history than that 09 team. And I that is my number 2 as the teams that lost the Super Bowl or category, wherever.
The 05 hurts the most for me because we literally lost because of damn kicker. Like we should have
Idiot kicker,
Live
baby.
was also
we should have
we were actually the
walked
most dominant in
Pittsburgh.
05.
Yeah.
We never trailed in any game we won in 05.
We should have walked.
That was the year. That was the year Vanderjack. That was the year Vanderjack missed that 27-yarder.
The idiot kicker wide left. Yeah.
The one that had to point at the other sideline and act like he was all happy, like I'm putting this through easy, and then missed.
Joey Porter over there talking his junk.
He was fired the next day.
That's tough.
Kicker.
The next day.
All right.
I picked a great day to put that as my nickname on here.
So are we going with the 09 Colts then?
That's my vote.
Well, that's my number 2.
I'm going 05.
I didn't know if you guys had a list or anything, but that was go ahead, Damon.
I gotta go 05. I mean, I feel like that one's even referenced more.
Yeah.
Like internally, like more Colts fans talk about 05 was the best Colts team. I feel like how could you even like argue personnel wise?
Like 05 was loaded. That roster was stacked.
I'll be completely honest, and I agree with Damon because I think I remember watching that game.
I watched every game.
I remember watching that game, and I closed my eyes at the kick, and then I opened it, missed it, and I cried. I remember when we lost the Super Bowl, I was just pissed. I wasn't really as hurt. I think I was just mad.
That 05 team was like ripping a Band-Aid off.
I was drinking Coors Light, but that wasn't my fault. I was 19. All right.
Nice.
I was 19.
Drink whatever you get your hands on.
Yeah, I was drinking whatever was in the house.
But I mean, I'll like kind of reference back like this. When we made our all-time Colts roster team, half of that team was literally our 05 roster.
That's facts.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's facts.
Defensively too. So like I just feel like if we're talking about the Colts, we would be kind of doing ourselves a disservice here. Maybe a little bit of recency bias with 09.
So
I think 05 was the best.
That's a good point. That's a valid point.
I think it's a good point, but I still just think 09 was just so more complete because of the fact that everything that Peyton Manning could do and what he wanted to do, he was a lot better than he was in 2005. So I just think that those two different teams, just the way we walked to that Super Bowl, I just don't see a more complete team than we had, even as good as we were in 05. Because I think, like, if you were to argue the defenses, then I guess there's not really a competition there. I think our 05 defense was a lot better than our 09. But I think it's just as a complete team as a whole. I thought we were a lot better in 09 than we were in 05. And obviously the kicker position can let you know that we were better in 09.
We'll go ahead and vote it. I'm going 05.
Man, I'm going 05.
I'm going on
05.
09.
All right, so we got.
But obviously, number one, we should all have number one as our the best team to never win a Super or to not win the Super Bowl is obviously the 07 Patriots, right?
Yeah, we're not there yet.
16-1
We're not
team?
there yet. We're not there yet. I figure we'll just do it by division. Are you guys writing this down? Are you writing it down?
Yeah.
No, I'm not right.
Hell no.
All right, so we got 05.
I got you.
05 Colts. All right, so
Wait.
I got
it. Wait. If we're ranking this, is this number 10?
no, we're just picking.
We're
each
going by
best
division
one
by
right now.
division.
We're just picking each best team. I wasn't ranking them at all at the
No,
moment.
that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, we can do that at a whole different conversation. Let's just
I thought we
find.
was doing that for
We're
this
gonna
conversation.
no. We're just finding each team's best team that didn't win a Super Bowl, and then we can, if we write all these down, then later on we can go ahead and talk about putting them in order of what we think was the best
Damn,
teams.
that kind of disrupts
Then we can rank
my teams that I put in.
Yeah,
So-
you were trying to take it a whole nother level, and we'd be
Are
here
we
for
doing-
4 hours.
No, we wouldn't be here for 4 hours. It would just be.
Let's keep it simple, man.
We just spent 15. We just spent 15 minutes on the Colts.
It's okay. We've been on here for like 2
31
hours.
other teams.
Before. I mean, that's because we're Colts fans, though. So we obviously know that had to come first. That's why I said this was my number 2. Patriots were one.
All right, Titans.
The
They've
99
never been-
Titans. 1 yard short Titans.
Easy.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'm
Nope.
not even going against it.
Nope.
I'm
Their
going 99.
best team was 08, 13-3. They were absolutely dominant. I
about-
thought that team was absolutely legit.
What about the AFC Championship team that got beat, or the
19?
number 1 seed that got beat by the Bungles?
Tough.
And, I
gotta go 99.
I gotta go
I'm on
99.
I'm
I
going
had
99.
2008.
I'm going 99.
A yard short from a Super Bowl, man. Come on.
Yeah, you're a yard short from winning it. That's
Are we going Jacksonville?
yeah.
Because this one
I
I
would
got.
17.
2017.
No. I'm going 99 Jaguars.
about to say I'll take their 99 team as well.
Yeah,
Like,
I got
Tony
the
Baselli and all those
99.
guys.
Oh, they played in the conference, didn't they?
Yeah.
They lost to Tennessee.
No. So
In
they
the conference.
Wasn't
they
that
beat
Brunell?
they beat us in the or no, yeah, they beat the Jags in the conference, and they
That's
beat
what I'm
us in the
saying.
AFC Championship game.
Yeah. Definitely go 99. You're not wrong there.
And then the Texans have never had a good team. They've never made it past it.
Texans. Any year that JJ Watt was dominant, because he should have at least one. But other
The
than that,
Watt
The
era.
Texans.
They've never made it past the divisional round.
So I want to go. Okay. So I can't remember what year it is, and one of you guys might be able to correct me. I want to go the year where they got their ass whooped by Kansas City.
That was
18.
2018.
No, 2018.
No, it was early on.
18.
Was it 2018?
18.
I think
Yeah.
that was their best
That was when they
overall
were up
team.
24-7.
Yes,
24-0.
They were up and called a fake
that was
punt.
that was the team that I thought was gonna go.
Called a
There
fake
was
punt.
one.
They've never made it past the
Kansas
divisional
City's-
round. So I mean, you guys can disprove me from this vote. I don't think they've ever had a legit
Yeah,
team.
that's a
going
good
to-
Houston team. We can do that.
I'm gonna go 2018 because honestly,
That's
I
fine with
mean,
me.
they've only been in the league for fucking 22 years. I'm older than the Houston Texans, so
Me too. That's wild.
Yeah, me too.
All right, what division now?
let's go AFC West.
AFC West.
Okay, hold on.
Raiders, we gotta go 0-2 whenever
Raiders.
Rich Gann-
You got to go older for the Raiders.
You're not gonna
The,
go Rich
the,
Gannon's
70,
MVP
the, 70,
season?
the 73 Raiders.
Yeah, the 73 Raiders. They were nice.
Is that Stabler era?
Yes. That's the
Trev
Holy Roller
bounced.
Raiders.
Trev bounced. He found out we had to go old school on him.
Yeah, he's like, yo, bro, y'all going back too far.
He
He's like,
heard,
my pops is really
he
going.
heard me say go older than 02, and he got scared.
I like
Okay, so
Oh, here he is. He came back. Next team he thinks is going to
are we doing the Raiders to 73? Because that's what I have written
Yeah.
down. 73
Yeah.
Raiders.
Yeah.
All right, so I got the Chargers, and
Hey,
this
Zach,
is
can you Google that for me? Can you look up what the 73 Raiders that did that year?
The 73 Raiders?
yeah.
And then which Chargers? Which Chargers?
I'm doing the Chargers.
Chargers got a lot of different years. Are we doing?
I'm
we're
doing the
Jets,
2010 Chargers because they
And
were number
definitely-
one offense,
We might
number
have
one
to
defense, never made the
agree.
playoffs.
I agree.
we might have to
that
step
still
away
makes
from
no
this.
sense.
We might have to step away from the 73 Raiders.
Why is that?
The only reason
It's
like,
the
the only reason why-
74 Raiders. They went 12-2.
Oh,
Fair enough.
so, was it 74?
73 they went 9-4-1.
I
mean,
guess
they
I'm
won,
gonna. I
they
guess
won
I'm
the
gonna
division, but
Give me
12-2.
the Raiders that lost to the Patriots on the freaking tuck rule.
That was
01
03,
Raiders.
right?
The 03 Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, but I
02
wouldn't call
lost to
that
the
their. I
Bucks.
wouldn't call that their best team though. Honestly,
For the
I can only
Chargers,
look what I know, so they're my best.
for the Chargers, I'm going 2010 because I know they went 9-7, but they were literally the
agree.
best offense and
I
best
agree.
defense.
number
It
one,
didn't do
worst
diddly
special
poo.
team.
number one,
Yeah.
and didn't even make the playoffs. Like, how is that possible, bro?
It still
Terrible
doesn't make
coaching.
sense.
Worst special teams in NFL
North
history.
Turner.
Worst special teams in NFL history.
We
But
got
just
his
like-
son, we
just
got his son as our
statistically.
QB coach.
Just freaking statistically, like how are you number one in both, but you didn't win enough games? Like it doesn't make any sense.
None.
Oh no.
No.
All right, Kansas City.
2018.
I'm gonna go interesting. I'm gonna go different.
2018.
I might go 2015. Whenever Alex Smith had him in that thing against
Hell
New
no.
England.
Nah, bro.
2018.
That was-
It's
that
not
was-
Super Bowl teams,
Patrick
bro.
Mahomes not winning the Super Bowl in his second season because Frank Clark jumped off sides should be a travesty. Frank Clark should be arrested. He should be put in prison. It should be the 2018 Chiefs. Ain't no way they shouldn't have won that year.
Yeah. And then you
2018.
could, I'll put 2018 Chiefs. You can put that
Was that the
Denver
Patriots
team.
both times?
You
I
can put
might-
that Denver team that lost to Seattle if you want to.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a safe bet.
I got
But we could
20.
go back to Elway a million times.
That
Elway done made the
2013
AFC
Raiders.
Championship.
Wait. So are we agreeing on that, everybody?
All right, let's go nine.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on.
18
Let's go.
Chiefs?
Let's go Chiefs. Chiefs 1967.
Oh, is that the Super Bowl team?
Yeah,
Man, I ain't going back there.
that's Super Bowl
Bro,
one.
Ryan Dawson?
I still don't think that team was better than that 2018 team.
I know. I'm just
that 2018 team was
I'm just talking
loaded.
shit at this point. I'm just talking shit at this
Was
point.
that Mahomes MVP year the first time? 2018
Not
season?
1967. I'll tell you.
50
Yeah.
touchdowns. 50
Yeah.
touchdowns.
The fact they lost the Super Bowl is a travesty.
Yeah, he stole Drew Brees' MVP.
I'm telling
50
you.
freaking
I don't know
touchdowns,
about
man.
Skull.
I'm telling you, bro. Frank Clark should have been arrested for that one.
So Denver, you have Elway, who like never won a Super Bowl until like 98, 99.
Yeah,
Do we
dude was
even
2-7.
It's yeah,
do
but
we even consider any of his, or do we do the Manning years?
we do not do the Manning years. Do not do the Manning years.
No.
Those years,
So-
those were not the best Denver teams.
I mean, Peyton was breaking records, though.
No, he broke
Yeah,
records
man.
his
Yeah.
1 year there, but that was Peyton. The rest of the team wasn't that good. And then when they won
Yeah.
the Super Bowl, I mean, the team was all right, but Peyton
The
held them
defense
back,
was
in my
nasty.
opinion. So to me,
Hey, we got
When
Kobe in
Peyton-
the comments.
hold on.
He said 99 Broncos.
yeah, I agree with that because to me, the year that
They lost to the Packers that year.
yeah, the
They
year
won the chip that year. I thought they played Atlanta in the Super Bowl.
Your dad agrees with Matt on the
All right,
Chiefs.
fair enough. Fair
thanks.
I still don't think they were better than those 2018 Chiefs.
But again, the years that Peyton Manning was in Denver, I don't think were the best years. They were not the most overall teams.
Yeah,
in Denver.
but I thought Denver won the championship in '99 because in '98 Terrell ran for like 2K. '99
They did. They beat
turned
the
around and went
Falcons.
back to back. Yeah,
They beat the Falcons. So we'd have
So
to go
you-
the year before
they
The
went back to
98
back.
Broncos.
to the 98 Broncos.
They went back to back. They won in '98. That's the first Super Bowl I remember watching, staying up with my pops.
Is that
Watching
whenever
Elway.
Elway had that run at the goalpost
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
got
watching-
nailed 360?
It's the
Watching
98.
Elway get killed. Yeah,
We'll do
Like,
we'll do the 98 Broncos because they went 14-2 that year.
and
Yeah,
won
Elway
the
had to
Super
win
Bowl.
He had to win one,
They,
bro.
Wait,
they
wait,
won
wait,
the
wait,
Super
wait,
Bowl.
wait,
His teams have
Broncos-
never won. Yeah,
Yeah, I was about to say they won that year. 'Cause
They
if
won that year.
Yeah.
then it's gonna work.
Yeah, they
So it
won.
had to be. So it had to be 99 then.
Yeah,
No, they
98
won
they won.
98 and 99.
Oh, they won both those years. So then 97.
I mean,
There
however
you
you
go.
want
Good
whichever
Lord.
one of those freaking teams that didn't win, they're the best one.
Good lord, they went 12-4 3 times in a fucking row.
Okay,
Yeah.
So 97 then.
Yeah, 97.
All right. Which division are we moving on to next?
Let's go
AFC North.
AFC North, yeah.
Let's finish up the AFC because we got the AFC South, the AFC West complete. We got the East and the North lit.
Yeah, I started writing it down. I got them now.
All right, so let's go ahead and go with Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
I'm going
No,
with Steel Curtain.
Steelers?
Steel
84.
Curtain.
No.
84.
2004, bro. They went 15-1.
Better than Steel Curtain.
Yeah, I don't think so.
15-1.
I'm sorry.
Better
No
than
one,
Steel
Threw
Curtain.
that pick.
no one thinks about 2004.
You know what? You know what?
It's
Actually, it was a good point because I seen it earlier today on Twitter. The 2017 Steelers
Yes.
with the Killer Bees with
Yeah,
Antonio
what else
Brown, Big Ben,
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. They
He
were
was here
legit,
before he got
and
injured.
they lost to the Jags. I think
So-
that might be that.
Yeah.
might- I know.
I
I
stand
know
on
they're
this.
not as good as those old school back in the day Steel Curtain Steelers as far as defensively wise, but I think that 2017 team might be their most.
I'm taking Zach's 2004 over the 2007.
Bro, they were 15-1, and they only lost because Ben
I'm
Big
going
threw
04.
a pick.
That was against
And
the Pats.
Rodney
too, right?
Harrison took that thing 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
You
Yeah.
can't. That's probably the greatest Steeler team not to win a Super Bowl, and I hate Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was just
That was
about
with
to say
Plaxico Burress.
that's tough because the Steelers have had a lot of good teams. So
Yeah. That's the point of it, too.
Steelers are one of the most consistent teams in NFL history. So
franchise.
Yeah. I had listed 2014 to 2017 the Killer Bees just because like every year they entered as the favorites pretty much. Like and every year they're winning at least 11, 12 games and making a run at it, but they just could never get it done for one reason or another.
that 04 team was nasty.
The 14 was like Hines Ward, Plaxico, Heath
Zach's
Miller.
dad. Zach's dad is saying no teams were better than the Steel Curtain.
Exactly. See, that's why I only brought up the 2017 just to make it an argument because those steel curtain years, nobody even talks about.
They were so dominant though.
Yeah, because nobody even talks about their quarterback. Like that's how good they were.
Right? Didn't need to. Bradshaw didn't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
Hey,
the worst part
is
isn't half of that steel curtain dead because of CTE?
I don't know.
Probably.
No. Actually, I think a lot of them were alive still. I think
some of them started dying off.
Franco Harris just passed away last year.
So are we doing the 04 the 04?
You know what? Just to get a real quick answer on this, Mr. Davis, let me know if you agree with me. Was it those 84 Steelers?
84.
And then that could probably be our answer there.
84? You mean the 60s and 70s?
It was during the 70s.
The 70s Steelers?
Yeah,
bro.
I thought it was
80s.
This is why I don't know the old teams, bro. It all molds together for me. I don't freaking know.
I thought it was 80s.
1976.
I thought it was 70s.
1976 is steel curtain defense, the greatest in NFL history.
It's the 70s because they
beat up.
Okay, well that's my apologies. I thought it was 80s. That's literally 20 years before I was born. So
it was 1976.
Yeah, just Mr. Davis, let me know which one of those steel curtain years, and we could probably take one of yours from there. You saw all those games live.
My dad was a Bengals fan. He hated the Steelers.
I know he hated them, but
he's better than anybody.
Hey, if we're going with steel curtain, just go with 76 because that was their best year.
All right, so the Bungles, personal shout out to my pops.
Joe Burrow.
It's got to be the 1988 Bengals.
I don't know.
That's the greatest Bengals team ever not to win one with Tim Crumrine, Ickey Woods, James Brooks, Downtown Eddie Brown.
All right, we got it. Your dad was a fan, so you know every player.
Everyone's favorite. Now here's a guy, Chris Collinsworth. So
here's a guy, Chris Collinsworth.
1988.
For honorable mention, the team that didn't get it done against Los Angeles. I mean, they took everyone by surprise. 2 years ago now? Honorable mention, though. I wouldn't put him.
He says 1976.
So was your dad not a fan of that team with Pac-Man Jones that didn't make it with Andy Dalton when he got hurt?
You mean 2006 with Kimo Onvenhoven who blew out Carson Palmer's knee?
I want to say it was 09. No, it was with Andy Dalton, or it might have
been. They were like 10-2.
That was 13.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
they were like 10-2.
Yeah, Dad said that was the year they got beat back to back by Houston in the wild card game.
Correct. In Houston.
Yeah, in Houston. Yeah. I mean, the year that my dad thought the Bengals were actually going to win the Super Bowl was 06 when Kimo Onvenhoven fell into Carson Palmer's knee and Steelers ended up winning that game in the wild card.
They've really made a habit of that with their quarterbacks, haven't they?
Yeah. Cleveland. Who are we going for Cleveland?
Oh, so your dad must really hate the Niners, man, because they beat them in 2 Super Bowls, right?
Yeah. I can't say Joe Montana in his house, bro. It's a cuss word. All right. Like I have a daughter, and as a sick sadistic joke, I truly thought if I got her a Joe Montana jersey and wore it over to my house, to Dad's house, it would probably break his heart. So I don't do it because I really think that would truly hurt my dad more than anything in the world. 100%.
Definitely don't do that joke.
Cleveland, whenever the last time they made the playoff before
the 54 Browns.
Yeah.
Now, what about what year was it where they got beat by Elway? Is that
86?
Go Jim Brown himself, dude. Like
talking about the drive.
Yeah. He said 86 or 84.
86 when he had the drive.
Yeah, the drive. That's the last time Cleveland was Cleveland. So 1986.
Cleveland, this is for you.
After that, it's a whole bunch of who cares and go watch the Cavs.
Yep.
And then Baltimore, I got to put 2012 Ravens. That team was loaded.
I got to go the same.
Oh, yeah, they lost that. No, they won that Super Bowl, didn't they?
No.
The 2019 Baltimore Ravens with MVP Lamar Jackson 14-2.
The Ravens beat the Niners.
Yeah, the Ravens beat the Niners that year in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. It might be
because Ray Lewis retired.
2011. That was the 2011 season.
Yeah, in 2012 Super Bowl.
You're right. Okay. So you want to do 2019?
2019 with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, because I want to say before Lamar
MVP.
Jackson, before Lamar Jackson's era, any time that they were a dominant team, they won the Super Bowl.
2019.
Okay.
14-2.
AFC East.
All right, AFC East. Jets. Oh, God. Good.
Oh,
Lord.
9-10.
09 Jets.
Yeah,
They should have
09.
won. That was their chance. They beat Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
They beat Tom Brady. They should have won.
Didn't get her
Their
done.
defense was ridiculous.
Bills.
I got a couple here. So you guys, we can talk
I
about
put
this.
the whole '90s Bills. That whole 4
Yeah, I was just about
the
to say
whole
I
4
saw-
years.
So
Oh,
I I personally had the 1990s Bills.
Yeah.
I thought
Just
that
period.
one just had to be their one. But
Hey, Zachary, you better watch your mouth.
I told you, bro. It's a damn cuss word in the house. Like I can't, dude. My whole life. I wasn't playing, man. Those were the rules.
so where are we going with the Bills? Is everybody okay?
I'm
with
Yeah,
that?
doing
the whole
all 4
90s.
90s
Yeah.
Bills.
All 4 years.
Miami, 84.
Yeah.
Easy.
Let me see. I think I
Because
might have had a different. No, yeah, I had 80
That's-
for as well. 14-2.
That's the
They
year
lost
they
the
lost
year.
the Super Bowl. Marino was a rookie.
Wow.
New England, the greatest Super Bowl
2007.
loss
2007.
07.
2007.
07 Pats. I love to see it.
It's the only time in my life I liked a New York team.
So we have officially finished the AFC. We're heading over to the NFC South. Who we got?
NFC South. Oh, good Lord. What was the year? The Saints. We'll start with the Saints. I want to say the Saints when
No.
18.
17
Hold on.
and 18.
yeah, the year that they the year of the no call.
So
What
both
about-
years though. Both
Wait,
years.
That
Hold
was,
on.
What about
that was-
Beastquake years?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that was tough, but I'll tell you, just from someone that was living down there, 2017 and 2018 gutted everyone.
The
Like the
2018
Minneapolis Miracle,
that was the,
and
that
then the
was
no call the very next year,
no
and those
call.
were legit championship teams.
The 2018 was the no call.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was definitely the no call. And I would
So
definitely put them down because I thought that was their year.
Yeah.
2017, 2018, those 2 years we're doing for New Orleans?
Yes,
All
dude.
right.
Those
Were you
both
gonna
of
go
those
top 10,
teams
Zach?
should have and could have won a Super Bowl.
Falcons.
Dude, it's gotta be 28-3.
28-3.
Hey, Brian Murphy. I'll only say go Chargers once you guys fire Brandon Staley.
Hey, he's a turd. Don't talk to him.
I won't even say it then.
He
I'm just kidding, I'm
sucks.
just kidding.
Wait, what are we doing ATL? What year was that when they got beat?
What's
16.
up, B. Ryan?
16.
No, it had 2016. That was their best year ever. Matt Ryan was the MVP, and they still lost.
Julio Jones
Actually,
was the
I don't
MVP.
know.
Matt
Didn't they
Ryan
have-
just
Didn't they have earlier years where they should have won the Super Bowl and they didn't?
the Broncos teams. And they got beat by the Broncos in
Yeah.
'99.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. 16,
That was the
especially
team.
given that they were up
To
28-3.
me, I think that's one of the things where we are now. We just feel it more because it
Maybe.
just recently happened. But those earlier Falcons, where they lost to the Broncos, were some.
Scott Chandler?
They were some damn teams.
Yeah, they were.
And
They were, man.
And I,
Jamal Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Dirty Bird.
Dirty
Yeah.
Birds. The Yucks. What year were the Yucks good and didn't win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, but the Dolphins won in 72, Mr. Davis.
The year that the Tony Dungy got fired, they went 14-2.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
teams who've not won a Super
What was
Bowl.
that, 2000?
Greatest teams to not win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Hey,
Pops.
did we go Panthers yet?
No, we haven't done Tampa or Panthers.
Okay, so the Panthers is going to be that 04 team, I believe it was.
where
that
they lost. They,
03.
they
They lost to the
What about-
Patriots. They lost to the Patriots.
What about
Oh,
the
yeah,
year
yeah,
that Cam Newton fumbled it and didn't dive on the ball?
Oh yeah, that's
15-1, right?
That's
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
That's 2014, 2015.
I think given
No,
that he was
but
the MVP
I still
too.
think I still would go with that 03 or 04 Panthers team because of the
Jake
fact that
Delhomme?
I thought the Panthers were outmatched versus
UL
the Broncos.
legend.
I thought the Panthers were outmatched versus the Broncos, so I didn't think that was a realistic matchup.
And the Panthers also were up on the Patriots the whole
game, and they
Gave it
came
to 'em.
back and kicked.
So
the
you're going with
field goal.
2004 Carolina. Who do we
That's
say
three,
for
I
the
thought.
Tampa Bay Bucks?
That's it. 03 Panthers.
It got to be the
Where's
01 Bucks. The
01
01
Bucks?
Bucks before they fired Dungy.
Okay. And it's the 2003 Panthers?
I'm not sure which exact year, but it got to be
Year
03
3
or
or 4.
04.
Well, Mushi Muhammad went for like 150.
That's probably the
On
closest
high
one to me
law.
though. Between those Panthers and the 15 Panthers, I think either one of those have a legit case.
You got Schmitty on there, Steve Smith Jr.
Yeah,
Who am I missing from the South?
that's everybody.
That's it. That's
The
everybody.
The Bucks.
Everybody.
We did 2001, right?
Yeah.
Whew. Man, Jake Delhomme could hold.
All right, we got NFC West.
UL Lafayette legend, baby.
100%. Yep. NFL Europa legend.
Yeah.
NFL Europa MVP.
Barcelona Dragons, bro.
Yep.
NFC, the NFC West most disappointing team had to be the 2018 Rams, losing that Super Bowl to the Patriots. What was it, 13-9, 13-6?
Couldn't put a point up.
I don't know. Didn't the Rams lose to the Patriots in like 2000?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. That was my bad. I got that completely wrong. 2001,
2002.
14-2, 01, 14-2,
Yeah.
lost the Super Bowl to the Pats.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, I'd go those.
Because
Rams.
I'm sorry. I still think the Rams that lost to the Patriots recently was an underwhelming team to begin with. So
Yeah, again, they got in off of a no call, so
yeah.
fucking Jared Goff was back there throwing.
Hey,
Alright, so
you leave
2001.
Mr. Detroit alone.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, at the time.
All
This
right.
most disappointing Niners team, 1992, 14-2, lost the NFC Championship game, 1992, 49ers.
I got though that one against the Ravens. 20. What's that?
12.
2011,
12.
dude.
Nah, I
2011?
don't
It
know,
was a
man.
12-13 season, I think.
the
Ooh,
Baltimore
Ted Ginn
Ravens.
Jr. drops a punt.
I'm
The
still
muff
not
punt,
going those Niners,
Giants?
though. I'm still
mean,
not
you-
going those Niners. I would go back to the 90s.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going.
Those 90 teams were way better than that 2011
1992.
team.
The Niners should have 8 Super Bowls.
I
if it
mean,
wasn't for those 90s teams.
If
Wasn't for the
I'm
Cowboys
telling you
in
this.
92 and then 94.
the Niners are like the
I mean-
Steelers of the NFC, dude. Like,
They
they're
had
just always
92.
100%.
They had 98. They had 94. Bro,
I'm
the
sorry,
Niners have so many
Pops.
championships.
I'm sorry, but Joe Montana should have 8 Super Bowl rings, okay? And Brady would still be
we okay with
chasing them.
1992?
That's fine with me.
92 Niners it is. What about the Seattle Seahawks? What we doing?
The Patriots.
what about
The Patriots
was it
Patriots won.
2014?
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Are we doing
The
Are we doing the
interception.
one in the
Oh,
with
it
the
gotta be
Steelers, though?
Russell Wilson
Interception.
interception.
The interception at the 1 yard line.
What
We
year,
are
Malcolm
getting
Butler.
trashed right now, bro. I need to turn this game off. I'll lose my damn mind.
what year is that?
2014, I think.
20 Oh.
It should be 13-14, unless it's 14-15.
What was the year Matt Hasselbeck made the silly joke and was like,
Oh, the
Oh, that's a
overtime.
good one too.
The overtime one when he
What was that,
won
like
the face-off
07?
and said we're about to score and
We're
win,
going to
and they
score and throws a pick and
That-
they lose.
lost.
First
that was,
play.
Nah,
of
but I
was
don't
that
think-
NFC Championship?
God, I love Sean
That was
Alexander.
Super
dude
Bowl,
was a
right?
monster.
No, yeah,
That was Super Bowl. I thought.
But I wouldn't put that team over Russ's team that threw the
I
pick.
can't. Yeah,
Just because
Yeah,
we're
Russell-
ranking the greatest teams, I think that
Yeah,
the team
yeah,
that lost
that
to
is
Pats
true.
is a
that
better
That is
team.
Seahawks
true.
team was better with
Yeah.
Russell than it was with.
Oh, you're out of the will,
Hasselbeck.
Zach.
Yep,
I-
Kobe.
Taking you out of my wheels, Zach. Well, fair enough, Dad. Fair enough.
Kobe greatest show on turf was the 01 Rams as well. So
So,
got that
what
one.
year was that Seattle team? 2015?
2015.
15.
No, 13.
No, that's when they won.
Oh no. Yeah, they won that one. So 2014.
It was the next one. Yeah.
2014. And then Arizona.
All right, Arizona.
Their entire franchise is
The
disappointing.
I'm about to say,
2008
I mean-
Super Bowl.
I don't know which one to list.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
which
No,
one.
actually, that's a good point, Zach. The Super Bowl they lost to Pittsburgh. I'll go
The
that one.
only time they've gone to the chip and got beat. That's
Which
got to
one?
be the
Which
greatest.
one was that? 2000.
2008.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
And they should have
Yeah.
won that
That
game
was the year
too.
before the Colts made it
Heinz
Because,
Ward stole it from him.
with the tiptoe in the
That
back
was,
of the corner.
that was Fitzgerald on.
That was San Antonio
Yes.
Holmes in the corner.
Or sorry, yeah, you're
Antonio
right.
Holmes.
All right,
Um,
we are moving on to the NFC North.
Oh,
this?
Green Bay. They've just been disappointing for 30 years.
The 2011 Packers.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Nope.
That's Brett Favre's last game as a
14.
Packer.
Nope. I don't
I'ma
give
go
a damn.
14.
I don't give a damn about
20,
Brett Favre.
2011?
No. What? What are we doing here?
That's
They
why
went
I'm asking.
the last
2011.
4 years. They went before this past year. They went 13-3, 13-4, 13.
Don't you think? I try to get rid of the recency bias. That's all.
No. Everybody said they were going to the Super Bowl. They lost in the
Hey,
first
yeah, you
round.
can pick
to
any
Jimmy
one of those.
Garoppolo.
But hold on. You can't just go with two or three seasons recently when Green Bay's another team that's like Pittsburgh.
They're consistently good.
Always
Yeah,
in
but
there.
Green Bay has how many
consistently
Super
good.
Bowls compared to the Steelers?
A
True.
lot.
No,
Like they got
three,
so
I
many
think.
disappointing years, but this was 4 years in a row that this was they're Super Bowl contenders with Aaron Rodgers, blah blah blah, and all they
They're
did
like
was
them Philly
lose.
teams in the
They
early
lost in
2000s.
the first round.
Yeah.
round.
I still don't think I don't. You guys know me, man. I'm going to stay out of the Packers talk because I've always thought Aaron Rodgers is the most overrated quarterback ever. I hate the Packers. I don't think those teams were even good.
I think it's the 2010 Packers that went 15-1.
I think if you go, I think you got to go before Aaron Rodgers because I think Aaron Rodgers is overrated. That's just me.
Everybody says Aaron Rodgers is head and shoulders better than Brett Favre.
I don't care what everyone says.
He is.
To me, the dude's overrated.
He is,
better.
but I also look at it like I take
they're
overall.
saying he's better.
I take
Yeah, that's
overall
fine,
team record
but
though,
the teams-
and
but the
with
teams
Brett
with Brett
Favre's
Favre-
team, they were 15-1 until Favre threw that pick, and they got beat by the
The
Giants.
teams with Brett Favre were
Okay, so-
better than the teams with Aaron Rodgers.
But who has a better TD to interception ratio?
We're not
They're the
talking about.
same.
We're not talking about.
No,
the-
but I'm just
Hold on,
asking the question.
hold
I'm
on.
just asking this
I
question
don't
because
care. But that's irrelevant.
Zach said before Brett Favre threw the interception. What is Brett Favre known for?
Picks.
Before Peyton
Throw
Manning
pick.
paid the most in NFL history, what did
But
Brett
he
Favre do? He
Picks.
threw interception. There was no surprise. Everybody said Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be the greatest quarterback on earth, talent-wise. Everybody said the Green Bay Packers were supposed to be the best team in the NFL, team-wise. They didn't win a playoff game against who everybody said Jimmy Garoppolo. They scored 9 points in a playoff game, and they went 13-4.
That's fine. I don't agree with it. That's just me.
I still think
I
that
don't agree with
15-1
it. I
team
don't
was
care.
better.
I don't care what any of the media says. I really don't because you can ask Trev, you can ask Zach, you can ask Damon. I've been here this whole time for the last 3 years. I've been saying that I don't think Aaron
He's
Rodgers is
consistently
anything.
a Rodgers hater. It's like
I don't like Rodgers.
So-
He's not the greatest quarterback on earth. He has the only stat that he has on any quarterback ever is his touchdown to interception ratio. That is it.
And
Other
I
than
think
that,
he should
he's
win
middle.
with that.
And other than that, he's middle of the pack. His team is trash. The only reason
All right,
they
so
go,
what team
hold
we're
on.
gonna go?
The only reason they go 13-3 and 13-4 is because of Aaron Rodgers. Because he doesn't throw interceptions. He doesn't turn the ball over. But
I think
Brett Favre
2011 Pats,
Brett Favre to me had a better overall team.
Packers.
So I don't know. It can't be both ways though. He can't be the only reason they went 13-4, but also middle of the pack.
He is middle of the pack, but when you don't turn the ball over,
I mean, I go the
This man was
recent
throwing
Packers.
45 plus touchdowns.
I go the recent Packers mainly because of that. I want to say it was like 2 years ago. Whenever Devontae Adams won his offensive player of the year.
The 2021 Packers,
Yeah,
to me, got to be the most disappointing team to not go to and win the Super Bowl.
They were picked to be Super Bowl favorites.
I don't think they had an easier path. I don't think they had a better team. I think they were even ranked like number 3 defensively. I think they were ranked top 5 offensively and couldn't win a
That's the
playoff
year.
game.
Is that the year they
just-
led the league in rushing and had 2 1,000-yard rushers?
And Devontae Adams was damn near MVP. And
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was the back-to-back MVP. Where does it get more disappointing than that? I don't know, you guys. I know Matt. I know you don't like Rodgers, but I think there's just no way in hell. Imagine
It's
us
tough.
having Andrew Luck back in that 2014 season when we went to the AFC Championship game, and imagine him having like a 3-1 or a 4-to-1 TD to interception ratio, which Andrew Luck was never good at. And imagine us not winning that AFC Championship and going on to the Super Bowl. That would be so disappointing to me.
I don't have to
That would be
imagine it because we didn't.
That would be so disappointing to me. So I don't think that it gets any worse than that 2022 season.
I mean, I'm game for whatever. I just had 10 years earlier because I thought, that's like Brett Favre's last ride with the Packers. That's the only reason why I picked it, because that was his literal
Personally, I don't
last
care.
season.
I personally think the voters of the NFL sucks on Aaron Rodgers' dick too much, and that's just it to me. So
No, I think this is perfect. I think this is perfectly for his dick is cutting it off.
Okay.
You fucked up, Aaron.
I mean, go with it. I mean, I'm fine with it. I just don't think that's the
Trav
best
Damon,
Green
where
Bay
you guys
team.
at?
I just don't think that's the best Green Bay team
I'm
not
gonna go
win a Super
2014.
Bowl. Now, sure,
I'm gonna go 2014. Whenever they
didn't have
gamed.
any of our years.
That's a good one, too.
It's a different
When
team
it's-
entirely.
I'll explain to you why. They gamed Dallas in the most controversial playoff game in like NFL history.
that was
It
the
was a
drop.
Then they game.
it was a
the
catch.
drop.
It was a catch.
Yeah.
And then who they game after that? I'm trying to remember. I
Detroit?
think it was
That
no,
was the
they
year
lost
Detroit was in it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, they
Yeah.
lost to Dallas. They lost to Dallas.
Detroit. And then they go and they lose in overtime to Legion of Boom off like off a touchdown. So I thought that was one of the best teams because I watched
actually
that
do
season
like.
pretty.
I
That's not a bad one, Damon. I
I'll
like
give
that
it to you, Damon. That's one. I'm going 2014.
Yeah, that was a good one too. It's like I said, I went 21, but more so because of Devontae Adams, just because there wasn't a soul in the league that could guard him that year until the game they lost, and then it was like everyone just disappeared.
So
But
Matt,
I literally thought they were gonna run to the Super Bowl that year.
Matt, you got to choose then because Zach is saying 10, Damon's saying 14.
Zach just said 2014.
Yeah,
So we
I'm
got 2
going-
for
you
14,
changed
2
it.
for
Okay,
21.
So, yeah, so Matt, you got to choose then 2 for 14, 2 for 21. Both of those are Aaron Rodgers, the guy you hate. So
I'm fucking 14. I'm going 14.
Either one,
14.
I'm not
that
mad.
was a fun year for the playoffs, though. There was a
Dude,
couple
that
good
was
games.
crazy.
That was a good
I
year
agree.
for the playoffs.
Here's a fun one that's going to be. If you want to talk about a franchise that's had bad luck, Minnesota, they have had multiple best
I
teams in
go,
the league.
85 Bears, right?
No,
Yeah, 85.
to never win it.
Oh, no, Bears
Oh,
won in
Bears won
85.
that
My
year.
bad.
86, right? 84 and 86, they both lost, and they had solid teams, right?
Yeah.
I was going to go Jay Cutler Bears when they got to the NFC Championship and dude sat out because he
Oh,
sprained
yeah,
his knee.
07. They lost to us.
Well, that was a Super Bowl year. Yeah, you could even say
that's
the
not
06
Grossman, isn't it?
I guess we can go 06 Bears.
06 Bears when they got lost to us in the Super Bowl. If we
I'm
won
just going to
I don't know,
choose them
man.
because
That's
they
still
lost to
Rex-
us.
I still don't think that's the best Bears team, man. That's
No,
Rex
yeah, I don't
Grossman,
think it's
bro.
the best.
We need to
That-
start thinking. We need to start thinking deeper. We can't just say because they made it.
That
to the Super Bowl,
Cutler-
that make them the best, you know.
that Cutler-led team, with Brandon Marshall and Matt Forte and Greg Olson and Devin Aroma-Shadu
Yeah, you
and
name
Devin
it.
Hester. Like
You naming all
those-
of them peoples, but you can pack all of them together, and ain't none of them better than Gale Sayers.
Facts.
So I'm going to
That's
say
right.
84 Bears.
Yeah,
I'll go
Yes.
80s Bears.
I mean,
yeah. I'm going.
I don't know
I'll
what
go any of
specific
the
year, but I know they were
Yeah.
dominant back then.
Sayers played in the 60s, so it's Walter Payton played in the
Oh, my
80s.
bad.
Walter
Hey, my bad.
So we're going
So we're
80s
gonna-
Bears.
So,
Nah,
we're
I've
gonna
been
go-
drinking.
so Damon was trying to talk about Minnesota. So
I mean,
I
I don't
got a
even
few
know.
Minnesota teams here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start off with the Randall Cunningham year, 96.
98.
98, David, you own it. That's my one. They went 15 and
Yeah.
1.
98.
Uh,
That's
15
Randall
and
Cunningham
1.
won.
Oh my
run-
God.
Up
I absolutely
MVP,
love
I believe
Randall
that year.
Cunningham.
Chris Carter, and Randy Moss.
They went crazy and lost.
and Jake Short
And lost 4 years in a row, just like the Bills.
Yep.
and Ron Smith.
A lot of people. Yeah, and they put up like almost like NFL records for points, just behind, I believe, the British
I
Show
think
on
it
Turf.
was,
They were up there scoring
before some
30
of
plus
them.
per game.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a.
So
but, man,
the
you
98
wanna go-
Vikings.
Yep.
You can go there, but also we can also go 09.
No,
09 Vikings, whatever.
So
Nah.
so
You can put 'em up there.
I would say 09, but the Saints were literally cheating in that game. They were
Yeah.
targeting Brett Favre to try and kill that old man.
Well, look, they just
Yeah.
knew that he was
Forget
going to
that.
steal welfare from people, so they were trying to take him
I mean,
out.
hey, I'm all for
Allegedly,
You're
allegedly,
Saints, after all.
allegedly.
I mean, the Saints are doing the Lord's work at that point, but you know,
Right? Hey,
hindsight's
We don't,
2020.
we don't need to be a part of a lawsuit.
they
Allegedly.
were just ahead of the program.
You also
Wipe that
you
part
got
out.
Case Keenum's year.
Hey,
Case
Brett
Keenum's
Favre
year
kissed
when
my
Blair
ass,
Walsh,
allegedly, dude.
Blair Walsh misses a 27-yard field goal to go
Yeah,
to the Super Bowl.
that's enough.
You
Dude,
got that year too, and that was legit defense, dude. That was
Yeah.
legit defense, a solid offense.
Hey, that was the
So-
year Stephon Diggs had the miracle in
Correct.
Meadowlands, right?
Correct.
so 2017 was the Minneapolis Miracle because they
Oh.
did it over the Saints. And then
But I'm
and then
going
the very
98.
next game, they got trounced by the 49ers. So they have this habit of like pulling off a miracle or pulling off an upset
And then
then
losing the next week.
so bad and looking
I'm going
pathetic.
98 just because like Gary Anderson never missed a field goal that year.
Yeah.
Shanks.
And they were probably the best team in the league that year. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean you gotta put them up there. But they've become this trend of like choking in the playoffs with really good teams. So
I love it because my cousin's a Vikings fan, so I make fun of him all the time.
Yeah.
I gotta go 98 though. I'm going 98 Vikings.
And then Detroit, I don't even
91.
know, bro.
1991.
Before my time. So
1991, they went 12-4.
Bro, I almost cried that year. I ain't even lie. I'm not even a Detroit fan, but I wanted Barry Sanders to be so great, bro. And
Marco,
the
how
closest
old
they ever
are you?
got. I'm 29.
Yeah, so
Closest
you
they ever-
were in diapers.
you were in
Oh, I
diapers.
was
You were
not
crying
You
anyway.
weren't even born yet.
in 91, homie?
Bro, I'm a historian, bro. All I used to
Right.
do is go back and watch. Barry
You were-
Sanders.
You
Right.
were a time machine in
highlights and
1991 so you could cry.
Bro, I
Yeah,
was
bro.
born in 92. I never saw that.
Hold on. Y'all chill out, bro. I got a Barry Sanders jersey in my closet right now, bro.
We got that, but what we're trying to
Like,
say is, how did you almost cry that year? You weren't even alive
What?
yet.
Cause I rewatched it, bro. Almost.
So
cried.
then you cried about that season 20
About something
years
that already
later.
happened.
Hey,
Yeah, it's like,
DeMarco will be going on NFL Vault on YouTube.
Yeah.
Be watching
You
all
watch
the
the
old
week by
games.
week, dude.
It's like watching Band of Brothers and then saying you cried because your buddy died.
I did cry in Band of Brothers. That's probably
It's a little
the
more
best
justified.
documentary
though.
ever made, man.
A little more
That's a little
justified.
More justified, yeah.
That's funny
Yeah.
as fuck, bro.
I can't even remember. Like, Detroit's been in the playoffs one time my entire adult life. My entire life, period.
Yeah, it was
sad.
1991 was the last time they went to the playoffs. 12-4.
Is NFC East the last
Yeah.
section?
NFC
Yeah.
East, yeah.
All right, guys. 2014 Cowboys. Can't argue with me. Don't.
I'm with
They were
you.
nasty though. They were
I'm with it.
nasty.
Yeah.
Don't. You, no one.
They-
I don't feel like
Des
it's an argument.
caught
It
him.
should have been.
Bro, what about them loaded teams with Wade Phillips and DeMarcus Ware and T.O. and Tony Homo?
Yeah.
And
That was them.
that was like 2008, homie. That wasn't like 24.
No, Romo was still there in 14.
Yeah,
He was
that wasn't
still
T.O.
there.
though. T.O.
But
was
they had Roy Williams.
yeah, that's T.O.
They had Zach Thomas at linebacker. They were on like Hard Knocks that year, and they went like 13-3 and were stupid loaded good.
It's another one of those teams that you have like endless choices because we haven't even touched the 90s, the 80s, like just going so far back of how many great Cowboys teams
Well,
choked
that's because the
because
best
it's what they're
90s,
known
the
for.
best 90s Cowboys team won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, true. The last time they were actually good.
Wait, what about the year that Dallas Cowboys lost in the NFC Championship in 94 to the San Francisco 49ers? And Steve Young, shredded the San Diego Chargers for like 5 TDs.
Yeah, man, I was watching that game. Actually, made me cry when I was watching it way back.
I mean, 94.
Yeah, I was tore up, man. I was really pulling for him back in '94. Those were the days, man.
The 94 San Francisco 49ers.
Or you gotta go ahead and pull your overalls,
Yeah, hey.
Fucking
Back in '94, let me tell you something. I remember when the Cowboys were good. All right.
I mean, I leave it up to – got to bounce, important phone call. All right, then. I leave it up to really you guys. I only have 94 Cowboys because, like, that was the NFC Championship game. Those were the only – at one point in time, it was literally San Francisco and
Dallas.
The whole decade of the 90s.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds right to me. I go 14-15 just because, again, I'm a fucking child. That's what I remember. But that was a fun year for them.
What about the Staubach years? Like, were they winning chips or were they losing Super Bowls? Because in the 70s, they got beat by the Colts. I mean, but again, I don't know enough about Dallas because I don't care for Dallas.
Me either.
I mean, Dallas is disgusting. If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, I automatically just assume you're going to hell. I'm sorry, but that's how my brain works. I mean, I don't know.
It's a hell of a peek inside your brain, man.
Hey, we're on the Cowboys name, DeMarco.
All right, for sure.
If you're a Cowboys fan, I automatically just assume you're going to hell. Oh,
Right
God.
now-
Who is that? Who is the running back? It was like DeMarco something. in 2014 that went
Marco Murray.
Marco Murray, thank you. That just went insane for them for that year and then like fell off the face.
They would have probably went undefeated if they would have fucking handed him the ball a whole lot more.
Yeah, no kidding. Instead of letting Romo be a big machine.
Because for some reason their 4-minute drill was having Romo throw it.
Yeah.
What about
you still got to go back to the 90s for the Cowboys though.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we were
said
just talking about the
94
94.
We were just talking about 94, yeah.
and how it made.
I bet you. Did you cry
Trev
during that
cried.
one too?
Trev
Yeah,
cried
So
in
I
the
was
94
not a
season.
Cowboys fan.
Trev said
Yeah.
he cried watching it.
It was just, man. I was really pulling for him
San
back in the
Francisco.
day, man.
Yeah, Matt, why you making fun of everybody talking about they cry for you? You act like you can't go back and watch some of these, bro.
I'm not gonna cry 20 years later.
It ain't got to be 20 years later, bro. I was a running back, bro. I watched Barry Sanders my entire life.
Hey, he cries when they play that. I can't even watch that Colts Super Bowl, like the one where they lose to New Orleans. I've never watched it in its entirety.
I haven't watched it since it ended.
No.
I won't
I
go
haven't
back
watched
and
it.
watch it.
No,
Heck no.
I can't even do it. But yeah,
I used to watch Barry Sanders because I was disappointed in that he had to walk away from the game and they never could win it.
All right,
I
so
mean,
we're going
players.
94 Cowboys.
94 Cowboys. 94 Philly,
We went
last year.
bro. All
Yo,
them
yeah.
01 Eagle, all them 2000 Eagles teams that would get to the
What?
Super Bowl or the NFC
So,
Championship.
Matt, you said
and lose.
last year? You can't forget about
You-
the 04 Eagles that went 13-3.
Yeah,
I say
man.
you can go 0-4 for sure with Andy Reid and them boys, but
Those-
I mean last year has a case. I think that team is loaded.
Yeah,
Those
I,
2000
I
Eagles
really
teams.
think this is the best built Eagles team ever.
Just top to bottom,
Ever.
I might agree.
I mean, that's
Howie,
fair.
Ever.
how
And
was the
last
GOAT
year-
GM?
Last year,
So-
I think we literally just only saw a glimpse of what that team can do.
I think that's fair, but you still I think it's too early to say it's disappointing as far as from what they're building. Because I got them winning it this year. So imagine if they go and win this year, that I don't think as last year is that much disappointing, especially looking at who they lost to.
I mean,
Yeah, we're talking about the
agree,
best teams to not win it,
I mean,
and this
we-
is
I
one
mean,
of
we
the best
agree.
teams
I just
to not
think-
win it.
I just think last year was I'm sorry, but arguably they had the best secondary. They had the
That's
best
fair.
defensive front. They had the best offensive line.
Best run game.
Best run game. Best quarterback last year, in my opinion. The best wide
teams to
receiver
not
core.
win it.
With a solid tight end. I mean, I think that 04 team was good. McNabb was good. I think Deuce Staley, Brian Westbrook were studs. The defense was studs. The secondary was definitely a stud. I think they're closely built. I could go either one. I could go either one.
I personally still got to go 04. I just
I
feel like
do
there's been more time for it.
I think we can go 04 because I think it was a little disappointing for T.O. to come and play with a broken leg and not win it.
That's
so
fair.
I would say that's a valid point to go.
It's a close argument though,
because he played with a broken leg.
I get what you're saying, Matt. I think I'd like if we shifted to the 2022 Eagles, I feel like there'd have to be a time for that curtain to close on their team. Once that curtain closed,
that's a valid point.
All right,
Yeah.
that makes more sense
Because they're still young, they're still building that team.
Exactly. Like I said, if they go back and win it this year, then I do not see 2022 as a wash at all, especially facing Patrick Mahomes, who I had chose to win. So
yeah, no, I'll go with
the
04
1980s Eagles with Jaworski, and then what about those 90s teams with Plastic Man at quarterback, Randall Cunningham, and all those guys.
So let me tell you a story, right? If the 90s Eagles were actually good, I would be an Eagles fan right now. My family is all Eagles fans.
I know you're all from New Jersey, right?
Yeah, they all tried to raise me as an Eagles fan, and they sucked. I was like, I ain't doing it.
that's like Matt. That's like exactly the same as me because the 49ers and the Raiders sucked when I was growing up, and I was like, no.
Now look at you. Now the Colts suck.
Whoa!
We're on our way. We're on our way back. All right.
We always come back, bro. The Raiders.
We still have more Super Bowls than the Eagles. So
yeah.
The Giants. I don't know.
What was there 86, right?
They won it in '86.
They won it in 86.
One of those years with LT, man.
Yeah, I want to say it was one of those years with LT. I thought it was 86.
They won
Best
in
defensive
86 and they
lineman
won
to
in
ever play
90.
football.
So 86 and 90. So then it's gotta be.
That
Oh,
year
because they beat the Bills twice.
The Bills twice. Yeah. What about the
What?
year they lost to
What was the year then?
the Ravens?
Was it 87? No,
Are you
not 2004, bro.
No, the 2001 Ravens team.
2001. Yeah, no, hell no.
Because any other time they've been there, they've won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, no.
They've not lost.
I didn't think that team was even good enough to even really make it. All they did was depend upon defense.
Well, that was 2000s football. If you had a good defense, you're winning a championship that year.
I mean, I think that's just football in general. If you defense wins championships.
See, this is hard because the Giants.
1986. Or no,
when-
my bad.
When
That's
they're
the year
good,
that I said they won that year.
what about 87, 88? Because there were some
I
years
think
where
that's gotta
they were fighting with Washington when the Redskins were decent. I mean, Commanders or whatever they call themselves now.
They were the Redskins then.
Fair enough.
All right, Redskins.
No, they
19
went 6-9 in 87, so it can't be that year.
Honestly, any year that they had LT and didn't win it is good enough for me.
Right here, Zach. The 85 Giants, they went
There it is.
they went 10-6 and they lost 0-21 in the divisional round
To the Bears, right?
to the Bears. So yeah, it's got to be
In
the
Chicago.
85 Giants. That might have been the most disappointing run.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty tough for the Giants because most of the time they win. So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty
I've only ever seen them lose
fair.
one Super Bowl. So
exactly. Yeah. So that's,
85 Giants.
and then we got Washington.
Washington is. I want to go 1986. They lost to the Giants, 17-0. They went 12-4 that year.
Yeah, I think
1986.
It's
What
gonna be
about
one of those.
91? Look up the 91 Redskins. Did they win the championship in 1991?
Your dad directly went back to the 80s.
Yeah, they beat Buffalo.
Jaws.
The Redskins beat Buffalo in 1991.
Was that Minnesota?
What?
Was that Super Bowl in Minnesota?
No, the Redskins beat Buffalo in
Yes,
1991.
but that was in Minnesota in 1991.
Oh. I thought you were talking about Minnesota. I was like, what are you talking about?
No,
You know
no,
the
no.
biggest.
I don't know where it was.
You know the biggest travesty of them all has to be the years 87 through 90, where the Buffalo Bills lost to every NFC East team.
That's
94. They lost. They got beat 90, 91, 92.
Oh, my bad. Was it 90s?
Is it 90,
thought it was
91,
87
92,
through
93? No.
Okay.
They lost to the Cowboys twice,
Yep.
Redskins, and
the
Giants.
Giants. Jesus, man. That's got to be the biggest travesty of all. Jesus, boy.
4 times, dude. You think you'd get at least one of them?
I mean, you'd hope, but that's why Jim Kelly's not considered the greatest because
Yeah, that's brutal, dude.
And
Mr.
what's sad
Davis,
is-
what year was
Redskins
that?
lost.
What
year was that,
loss to
Dad?
the Raiders?
Because that was that Rocket Pass pick. Was that 80 something?
The Raiders.
That's with
No.
Marcus Allen up the sideline,
No,
the
that had
50-yard
to be-
line.
That'd be like 80 or 78 or something like that.
That's 84, 80. Oh, see, again, I hate the Raiders, so I don't really pay attention to the West Coast teams.
You hate too many teams, brother.
I really just don't like the California teams or the New York teams. I'm pretty
Damn,
cool with everybody
you
else.
me dirty over here, huh?
I mean, I love Shaq and Kobe when I was growing up because, who didn't love Kobe?
Lost to the Los Angeles Raiders 1983, 38-9.
But is that team better than the 86 Redskins?
Yeah, they went 14-2.
So the 83 Skins
The
are
83 Skins are better than the
were
86.
put in as the greatest team all time to never win for Washington.
Yes.
So 83. So we're not going with 86.
No.
1983.
So,
It's even
So-
listed.
Yeah,
It's even
NFC
listed
is-
as their fifth best team, altogether. But the
So,
top
Dad,
four won
you
Super
were
Bowl.
what, like 24 during that Super Bowl year? Whatever Super Bowl this year this is, that's how old you are. So, and that's 83. So, let me guess. You're probably in your teens because in 90, you were 27, I think, if my math is right. 24, my pops. I'm terrible at math. So,
I was about to say
I mean,
90. I was
you
born.
said how old is your pops?
yeah, well, my dad's is the same age as the Super Bowls, but I was asking how old he is in 83 because I don't know. 83, boom, boom, boom,
First
boom,
Super
boom.
Bowl was what, 62, right?
I don't know.
It was his senior year.
My senior year
Damn,
down.
his
Or,
senior years.
I don't know when your senior year was.
So wait, he's about 74?
My dad, no, I think he's in his 50s, 58.
Not if he was in his senior year.
Senior high school, 83 was his senior year of high school.
Yeah. So 83 wasn't the first Super Bowl.
First.
Oh, that's when they played
He
He
Washington.
said he was
Yeah,
born
yeah,
the
yeah.
same year as the Super Bowl era.
Dad was born in 67. So
Yeah, exactly.
the same
So-
year as the Super Bowl. It was the same year as my dad's age.
Okay, no, because at first I thought he said he's seen every Super Bowl.
He's been alive for every Super Bowl. I
Yeah,
know
okay,
he's
yeah.
seen-
No, yeah, that
He's
was my
seen
bad.
most of them.
I mixed up the what he said there.
Fair enough.
So real quick, let's just go ahead and read this off. AFC South. We have 05 Colts, 99 Titans, 99 Jags, 18 Texans. Suck. AFC West had the 74 Raiders, the 2010 Chargers, the 18 Chiefs, 97 Broncos. The AFC North had the 76 Steelers, the 88 Bengals, the 86 Browns, the 19 Ravens. AFC East has the 09 Jets, the 90 Bills, the 84 Miami Dolphins, the 07 Pats. We have the NFC South. We have the 18 Saints, the 16 Falcons, the 04 Panthers, the 01 Bucks. NFC West has the 01 Rams, the 92 Niners, the 14 Seattle Seahawks, the 08 Cardinals. The NFC North has the 14 Packers, the 84 Bears, the 98 Vikings, the 91 Lions. AFC East has the 94 Cowboys, the 04 Eagles, the 85 Giants, and the 83 Redskins. Are we correct there?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
This was fun, boys.
Well, I'm great with the off-topic stuff. It's staying on topic. I find the Colts off-season plan always very boring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's
so,
tough
like,
to keep
training
up with
camp.
it because it's like we don't really get much to still talk
Right.
about outside of what the writers are throwing into us. So it's tough to stay on topic
And,
stuff
like,
to go into.
Once you watch one Colt coverage of a YouTube, you've kind of seen everything you can for the week.
Yep.
It all just
Yeah.
unless the
Just
only thing
filler,
that's different
just
is
waiting.
delivery.
And all the clips we see are just Camp Warriors at this point. So everybody's
They're
gonna
all-
hype up. Everybody's gonna hype up every clip they see, and it's gonna be pretty annoying. Next week we're doing.
65. He said 65.
What are we doing next week? We're doing the AFC South predictions. I think we talked about.
Down for that. Yeah.
Was it prediction? Oh yeah, because the schedule is about to come out.
Schedule
Yeah.
comes out
That'd be
Thursday.
good then. Yeah.
Yes.
Or is it come out
Or we can start our schedule predictions, like the actual.
No,
Trev knows what I'm talking about.
we can do both with that.
Yeah, we
make it
can
a
do
whole episode.
we can do a quick
I
AFC
thought-
South prediction, but then we can jump into what the hell is
Yeah.
that website we used to use?
I was about to say I thought you were
We'll
going
be able to find it.
or roster
Have to-
dates.
have to go watch all the episodes and find out, man, what that website was.
Yeah, we
You
used
talking about where you predict the records, right?
you choose each team.
I was like,
who's
you can
gonna
just
win
Google
each game.
season predictor or something like that.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't hard to find. So
nah, we'll be able to do it again, and we'll
Yeah, that'd
do
be
like
cool.
we can do. Yeah, we'll discuss all the all the details in the back.
I don't want to dive too deep into rosters until like actual
Cuts.
camp starts.
Yeah,
Because
so
they're only doing one round of cuts this year due to the new CBA agreements and stuff.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
like I don't want to get too deep into that until we actually see people play and get a glimpse of who's doing what, because they got rid of the cut week. Now it goes from 90 to 56 or to 60 something down to 56.
It go from 90 to 53.
Oh yeah,
it's just straight down.
90 to 53 immediately. I believe that for that final cut down date is about like August 14th.
Right after the last preseason game.
I want to say like August 14th, if I'm correctly on that one. And then
Got some time.
I did find the season predictor here. I know there's a couple different ones there, so yeah, we'll definitely be able to find that, and we'll get our predictions in, man.
Hell yeah!
And then
for anybody
hopefully I can
watching-
try and put together a bracket for you guys, and you guys can see our all-time teams. And we'll put that up.
Yeah. For anybody watching, if you guys ever have any ideas, drop us a comment, shoot us a message, anything you want us to talk about or want to talk about with us, let us know.
Yeah, and I love Colts fans, but Bailey Styles, you got to get a new life here.
We're not getting rid of Minshew, bro. He's here for at least this year.
It was her that told me that we never cut Matt Ryan. I don't
Yeah,
know.
literally put together a fake conversation with Matt Ryan saying, "Are you going to stay with the Colts?" Yes. Okay, good. We want to keep you. Like
top-notch reporting right there.
On different Facebook groups, on Instagram, like everywhere. It's the most crazy conversation.
Hey, I believe my source is Bailey Styles, all right? Whatever they're saying, I'm all about it. Matt Ryan's coming back. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Too bad Matt Ryan got
Right.
As soon as we cut Gardner Minshew, this team is ready to go. I tell you what.
All right, but last question here for you guys. Who is number one on the all-time list to not win a Super
That's easy.
Bowl?
That's easy.
07
2007
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah.
2007 Patriots.
07 Pats.
Without a doubt.
I just wanted
I don't
everybody
want to
to
talk
say
bad
that
about
so
the Patriots, though.
all Patriots fans know we hate you.
Fuck you, but have a nice day.
Glad you guys didn't win.
I want to say it was again in 2011. I want to say that was the other disappointing Patriots team to not win a Super Bowl.
Pretty much any time they didn't win it in the Brady Belichick era was like, why the fuck did the Patriots
Well,
win it?
no. They lost both times to the Giants, but both Giants teams were not good and should have never been there to begin with.
They were
My
like
favorite-
8-8.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they
Anytime
were like
the Pats
9-7
lost-
or 7-9 or some
My
shit.
favorite Patriot team was the team led by Matt Castle.
You say your favorite? You got
I don't have a
Patriots
You got a
team?
favorite Patriot team?
Yeah, because they were led by Matt Castle and had a winning record and didn't make the playoffs.
Wait,
Hated
hold
that
on.
guy too.
I
I
just
hate all of them.
realized this almost 2 hours in, but Zach, are you wearing a Matt Ryan jersey?
I am. I am. Still rocking it, man. Hey,
He said, hey, I forgive you, man.
listen, Matt Ryan, great guy, terrible quarterback for the Colts.
That's
Like,
fair.
I can't knock him. Like high
Hey,
class.
congratulations to him and his family on their new baby. But
Nice.
Matt Ryan had a kid.
That's what he was busy doing all season.
yeah, they had their third.
They had
This
another
man, that's why
kid?
this man wasn't playing well. He was
See,
just
I
trying to have
had-
a baby.
I put on the TY jersey just
I
because of
can't-
that. So it was that 2014 year
I
where
don't like Ty.
I thought we had a really good chance, and then we had to play the Patriots. They demolished
Yeah.
it. We had
I
Buzz
don't like
Saw.
Smurfs.
we had the stupid fake punt thing, whatever we were doing, the worst play in NFL history. Well, after Jacoby Myers threw the interception to the
I
Raiders.
won't get a Buckner jersey because I'm afraid as soon as I get a Buckner jersey, he'll get traded.
Yeah, don't get
Oh
one.
man, get your Buckner jersey. What the hell
Same
is you-
thing with Quentin Nelson or Darius. The reason why I don't go out and get their jerseys is because I'm scared to death they'll get traded. But I am treating myself, and I'm going to go buy a Richardson jersey.
Yeah,
I'm
I-
trying to-
Yeah.
so I already
I'm gonna
got my
try and get
Richardson, I already got my Richardson jersey ordered. I would
Uh-huh.
definitely. I couldn't find whoever the hell I was having a conversation with about the cheaper jerseys, but I would definitely try and find that or find a place that has some other ones for you guys so we
I'm
can
going to try and get a
try and
white
save
Colt
some
jersey.
bucks. But yeah, I definitely hear you there.
All I get is blue Colt jerseys, and I don't like the color blue. And my favorite one is their white threads. So, like, Yeah.
I got all blue, and I got Marlon Mack and Ty in white.
See, I would prefer the all white jerseys.
I have all blue, and I have Bob Sanders and DeForest Buckner in white.
I think
Well,
my
the
only
reason why I
white
don't-
jersey is Joseph Adai, but it's packed away somewhere right now.
The only reason why I don't go out and get jerseys because every time I like a player, he usually ends up getting cut, traded, hurt, never playing ever again. So I'm kind of like,
Thanks, you got a jersey right now.
and then you're sitting there with a Matt Ryan jersey.
And then I bought him the hype of And then I bought
And he
him the
got hurt.
hype of Matt Ryan, and I was all like, "This guy's gonna be great. We're gonna go win Super
He
Bowl."
got hurt, then he got cut.
and he got hurt and cut.
Brutal.
Yeah, probably should have won.
Appreciate
a full jersey.
everybody that put in the 5 likes or hearts. Appreciate you guys coming through tonight. I know it's
Hell yeah.
getting kind of a little dry for Colts Nation here as we get to the rookie camp.
Waiting, baby.
Don't have too much information for you guys. Appreciate you guys sticking through it with us. This was an awesome topic and conversation. We look forward to the season. We're getting hyped for it. We're ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And with that, I hope everybody has a good night.
A great weekend. A Cinco de Drinko weekend. Enjoy.
Hey, ignore this outro, all right? I had some issues. I can't get the watermark to go away from the new one, so the outro's still Matt Ryan, all right? So deal with it.
Zach loves it.
All right, I misspelled my
It's kinda
email.
sus.
All right, so
I
I'm
mean-
waiting for a refund first, and then I can subscribe to the other spot. It's a big mess. So, as always, go Colts.
Go Colts.
Go Colts.
He is going to drop the throw. Fires deep along the right sideline for Alec Pierce. He's got it. Touchdown! Touchdown! Alec Pierce spikes it into the end zone. Touchdown! INDY! A 32-yard grab over the shoulder snag.